Now anything you say will be recorded and will be used against you in a court of law.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Banana phone.
Defenestration.
Chris gets
Doobie
banana.
doo.
Who here actually knows what defenestration is?
I've heard the word. I don't actually know.
Sounds familiar. I can pull up the.
It is the act of
Glove.
it is the act of throwing somebody out of a window.
Yeah, that's right.
Glove.
Wait, really?
Yeah. There is actually an English term for that very specific situation. Alright. So, last we left off, as the group had found themselves in the Feywild and wishing to get out, they made many different deals with varying possible factions and entities, and even fought the Spider Queen, who was apparently married to Butterknock. And after being teleported by Jareth to what seemed to be the summer court, but then appeared to not be, as it was shown to be an illusion of some kind of two-headed serpentine creature. The group fought their way out and survived before a bunch of redcaps before meeting an individual who offered to make a deal with them to retrieve their friend Leah, who they suspect has been teleported to Hell, and get them back to the prime material plane. As they were whisked away through some kind of teleportation magic, they ended up in some kind of gothic Victorian library that everything seemed to be about 50% larger than it should be. At which point, the group was left alone to ask the varying individuals that all wear the same armor and all have the same voice and seem to be the same height here, about any subjects that they may wish to peer into and learn about while they are waiting for their companion to return before doing a job for this enigmatic individual who brought them here. So, anybody that is not named Leah, what topics do you want to search about? I know Bora's was anything to do with monk stuff.
For Orin would like to see if they have any, like, potion books, recipes, and stuff.
I would be interested in finding anything to read about divinity.
Okay, religious, alchemical, and monk stuff. What about Enoch and Kyler?
Enoch wishes to find books related to improving his artistry equipment. Locations of ancient paint brushes.
Okay.
Lost dye, whatever.
Lost die. Fair enough. As he has a vial of as he currently has the legendary vial of Blosnin in Henna's bag.
You're welcome.
Paintings aren't great monochrome. You need a range of colors.
True.
Even if Blosnin is a range of colors in and of itself, it would look even better with a even more range of colors.
I want to imagine that Blosnin, to anybody who's not a gnome, as we've established in canon, is basically just invisible ink.
He needs some Teflik as well.
Oh my god. Not another one. Alright, so, you're looking for anything paint-related through history. Kyler?
Tyler has two different types of requests. Request 1, the uses of psionic abilities. Request 2, tales of heroes, so he can try to figure out how to be a better hero.
Okay. So you're each guided by one of these individuals in these armor and green robes who directs you around. I will say each of you roll an investigation check at advantage to see what you can find.
Investigation.
Okay. Rolling investigation.
No,
Ooh,
no.
beautiful.
Damn.
You know what? While we're at it, Enoch's gonna go ahead and bless himself before he starts this, as he
Oh,
really
no.
needs to find this for him.
No.
Please don't.
No.
Wild magic surge,
No.
instantly
Kick
fireballs.
it off like
I
this.
don't have a
No, he didn't.
thing in the chamber.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a bullet in the
Okay.
chamber yet. He just wanted to bless himself preparing it.
Okay. I mean, I'm still gonna roll to see if I just get lucky.
Oh, I know. You could still end up getting lucky, but as far as I remember, you didn't actually have a wild magic
Yeah,
surge.
I shouldn't have one in the chamber. This is just to increase my luck.
All right, roll that
There.
D100.
I don't know what I just rolled.
A D,
So that
a
was a
D20.
18.
Yeah, you're fine. You're almost
Okay,
as
so-
far away from a wild magic surge as possible. Complete control over this bless.
Damn.
Go over this plus.
I want to say it's the opposite. I had no control over that one whatsoever, so I couldn't make anything fun happen.
I mean, that was the reality of it, but in game. Either way. So
I'll also give that to Hannah as well. Might as well.
sure, you can also give it to one more person who.
Okay.
Alright, investigation. Investigation.
Both of mine were 17, so either way.
Yeah.
How'd
I
that
think I did pretty good on my roll. What do you guys think?
Wait, if I have a bless, that means I get to add a.
A D6.
D4. Is it a D6? I thought it was a D4.
So yes,
D4.
a D4, a D4. For some reason, I was thinking inspiration. Yes, a D6, a D4 for bless. Fuck my life.
Ooh. Okay.
And you can add a d6 with inspiration?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna burn my inspiration here.
All right.
And my bless, so I'm gonna roll a d10. No, I should roll them separately. So a d6
And a D4.
Yep. Okay, I can do that.
So I got a total of 20.
Okay.
No,
Well, just look if I dead.
And Enoch got a +5.
So that's a 21 for Enoch. No, 23 for Enoch. My bad.
23 for Enoch, 20 for Hannah, 17 for Orin, a natural 1 for Kyler, and a 19 for Bora. God, if only it was. Alright, you guys all rolled spectacularly well. A little disappointing.
Sorry.
You should
I
be.
feel better.
How dare you gather knowledge?
Enoch the scholar really needs this information.
Enoch, the
Without-
university student, is really prepared to delve into the books.
Without the wondrous magic paintbrush of Cthulhu and some Teflik, how can he possibly create the quality paintings that Hina deserves?
By these
I
5
appreciate
colors
stop.
combined, I shall end the world. Alright. So,
My
We
scrapbook
need to get him a
alone for
paintbrush,
more
maybe.
entries.
alright. Kyler, can you remind me what yours was? It was Heroes and Psionics?
Yep.
Alright. You do get taken to a section on Psionics. It is very, thin and minimal. There doesn't seem to be much in this collection regarding psionics, but what is there is regarding sparse interaction, like the chronicling the various histories and kinds of creatures that delve into psionics, including mind flayers, an odd race of humanoid elf-esque creatures that have strong psionic capabilities, but are more harbored within the astral plane. Many other types of aberrations, including something called the Beholder. And regarding heroes, there is just too many stories regarding heroes. I'm just gonna be honest. There are a lot.
But are there any that compound the two?
Not that you can find with your natural 24. There are stories regarding heroes fighting psionic creatures, things that come from beyond the veil, those that can use telepathy, but no stories of heroes with psionic capabilities. Most of the stories are about, there are most of the stories that involve psionics have those that have a control of psionics as the villains, or some unwitting pawn or fool in a grander scheme of things.
So this is the beginning of Kyler's villain arc.
I mean, but yeah. Enoch. We'll get to you in a moment, because God help me.
Appropriate.
Are you telling me you didn't have a legendary paintbrush already made and figured out where it's gonna be?
Weirdly enough, yes and no. I don't want to get into the details, but I sort of do and don't.
If not, he'll make his own.
No. I'll get to you, because yours needs to piggyback off of somebody else's. You'll understand in a sec.
It's completely fine.
So, Hannah, what exactly regarding divinity are you asking about? Because divinity is basically all of religion.
Yes. So very specifically, I am looking for the most common thread between divine acts witnessed by the people, and also the likelihood of a ascension to divinity. And yeah, I'll go with that for now.
Okay, so you basically get the entire history of the Singularity War, in which the Betrayer gods, along with some demigods, and those that are the Betrayer gods, that range from the greater gods to some of even the truer gods, worked with some demigods in an attempt to upheave the divine hierarchy and ascend those that were in a lower divine status into an upper echelon of divinity within the 9 creator gods. How they were planning on doing that is not quite known, but what you do find through your search is that there were rituals in place. They don't talk about the rituals in and of themselves regarding a few different clergies, in an attempt to one of the examples that it talks about is the attempted ascension of Bane into becoming that of a greater god. Bane being one of the Dead Three, sect of humans who with the help of the god Elmiser, became demigods in and of themselves after a god with a long lost name that the texts don't really say. They ended up splitting their power between the 3 of them, and he's but one of them, and he attempted to, through this ritual, become a greater god during the Singularity War. It does, so you do get ideas of humanoids' ascension into divinity, and there is skepticism about those of divine faith being to the point of near quasi godhood at the peak of their like clerical or paladonic powers.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Talks of there's also talks of like during the Singularity War, during this time of humans attempting to become demigods in order to either protect themselves or fight back against the gods, or even uh, overthrow the gods, and some of the gods trying to become greater than they are. That was the sort of rise of certain summoning rituals that are now more commonplace, but were new at the time, in which demons and devils and angels were being summoned by humanoid figures in an attempt to reach more of a divine or anti-divine nature. Hopefully that helps in what you were looking for. Some of this you didn't know, like the thing about the Singularity War. It's well enough known. If you got a decent enough education, damn you. But many of the things, like the varying books and whatnot that you've looked through here, gives you a little bit more, I guess, of a personal insight, almost as if it was being written by somebody who was there at the time. But definitely seems more skeptical and not skeptical, but more like of a look back in nature. It's more of a looking back on that time frame in history.
Very interesting.
I mentioned Enoch is mentioned multiple times that the chosen one will take place at the Singularity War.
Yeah, there's also
He will play a large part in the Singularity War that already happened.
There's also more of the two more notable individuals who have ascended into a level of godhood that is more recognizable and feared, is the Lich King Vecna and the Raven Queen. Both were apparently once mortal and at some point and somehow became divine in nature. It doesn't say exactly how either of them, but with Vecna it mentioned a long time ago, and it happened many centuries before even the Singularity War, and it involved some kind of betrayal of multiple archmages.
Frantically takes notes.
Okay.
What about the Lich God Marcus? I didn't mention him.
Hasn't quite ascended yet. But yeah, so that's everything that you can really find, Henna. Oren, you find varying recipes. You're trying to find herbalistic recipes.
Yeah, like medicines mostly.
Yeah, there's not really much on medicine here. You find varying recipes, like old Baba Yaga-esque, like aged recipes of, using certain ingredients to create certain outcomes of like potions that would make you as strong as an ogre, or give you night vision, or so on and so forth. So more of a study of alchemical. Yeah, more like alchemical nature stuff, so that it would help if you had a proficiency in alchemy, but alchemist supplies, but it's not as helpful to you. There is one recipe for something called Kegatome's ointment, which is a sort of healing balm that pretty quickly closes most wounds and protects against certain poisons and diseases.
He'll just
Mark down the recipe.
Yeah, just like in his family potion book or whatever.
Sure. All right. Bora.
Yes.
Your look through monastic tomes and scrolls and whatever you can find. Again, sort of like Kyler's is very limited. Doesn't seem to have too many. Doesn't seem to have too much information regarding martial arts here in this library or spiritual awakenings, and but one of the few things you do find is a book containing the story, not necessarily the story, but the legend of the Draconic Ruins realm. And it talks of the martial ancestry of a select area in the world in which warrior spiritualists had, with the help of a dragon god, created a realm that was supposed to be a sanctuary for many neutral or non harmful, not harmful, but non-aggressive dragons. But it also speaks of how there were those some dragons with ill intent managed to sneak in and worm their way in. But it's an entire. It seems like from what you've gathered, and there are even notes in the margins and throughout the back of the book and whatnot. It seems like somebody's written in this book, but from what you get from the book and the notes, it seems as though it's some kind of demi-plane created by some kind of draconic deity as some sort of sanctuary for dragons and humanoids alike, and is a realm of spiritual enlightenment in which many warrior spiritualists who have ascended their soul strength into a certain level, have been granted access to.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to. I wasn't sure if it was just me.
Is it too loud? Still too loud?
I think it's a little loud on your computer.
I barely even hear it. I don't know why, but yeah. Can you hear it still?
No, it's fine now. Although you may have just turned it off completely.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I
just
haven't.
off now.
Okay. What about now?
But that's good.
Okay. Any problems? No?
Yeah, I was able to tune out that because playing last night with one of my friends in a different game, he literally had an advertisement come through his Roll20 music, and we heard the advertisement but not the music.
Oh, that was funny.
Huh. Interesting. Alright.
Wasn't it an
As a-
ad about women?
I just remember it was a woman's voice, and I'm going, the hell?
Woman's voice out of nowhere. Do you need Viagra?
It was.
I mean,
funny
probably
enough.
it was that. It was just like, what the hell? Who is watching something on YouTube? That is loud. And no, it was the DM's computer. He had a Roll20 ad start playing, and it was loud enough we could crystal clear hear this lady's voice.
Mm-hmm. Wait, can you guys can hear the music on your end, correct or no?
Yeah, I can hear it on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, I can-
It was just that it was
I'm
overlapping
cur-
on my end.
I just think there
I'm
was a little
currently
bit of
hearing
feedback
nothing.
through your mic because I could hear the graining aftertone of the music after you'd speak. But now it's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, I was
I
wondering.
heard absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I can't hopefully the recording's picking it up, but I myself can't hear the music, but it's fine. All right. So yeah, that's all you can really get regarding anything martial arts related.
Alright. Interesting. Make sure to take note of that.
All right. And Enoch, you yourself, in your quest for knowledge on any paint-related supplies, or your search for the color tuberculosis, yields you upon the story of Dolphammer, a dwarven merchant who struck a deal with the devil to grant him a set of painting supplies that he could sell for a high enough price that it could feed him and the next 10 generations of his family. He eventually ended up using the paint supply himself just to test them out and see their worth, and found their capabilities marvelous. He was able to not only create what he drew and bring it into reality, but he was able to command it in a way that others could not expect, that others could not see.
I mean, that's child's play. Let's get down to brass tacks.
And it created, and apparently the art supplies themselves would allow you to mix colors that were never before seen within the humanoid eye, things that only fey creatures could see within their realm, or could only be seen within the darkest depths of the Shadowfell.
There we go. That's what Enoch needs.
This just reminds me of Colors Out of Space by Lovecraft.
Yeah, you read through the story, and apparently the end of this story, the last known sighting of these art supplies were in the hands of a foreign merchant headed to a strange land in which he mentioned something about the end of rebirth and the birthing of the Nouveau Deasu.
Post that in.
Info?
I heard day. Yeah.
Okay. I'll put what I just said. I think I'm misspelling it, but I'm just gonna give you whatever right now.
That's fine. You don't have to post the full thing. I mainly need the very end. I got most of it.
Nouveau Deasu.
Uveda Teasu. So they were wanting the merchant going to the end of rebirth and the what of Nova Deasu?
It through the story, the paint supplies changed hands many times, but the last telling of it was a different merchant from the one we initially started with had sold the paint supplies to a man who, from a faraway land, that said that he was heading to the end of rebirth and the birthing of the Nouveau Deasu.
I remember him. We were college roommates.
Yeah. He was actually a poker buddy.
He still owes me a golden egg. That bastard.
So yeah. As you're all reading through it, eventually you all feel that you need to take a break, and when you were all given when you all found the information you needed, you were all taken to a small sort of seclusionary like study area. You know, one of those like study rooms within a university's library?
All too well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're taken to one of those rooms, and you spend a few hours there just mulling over the research and your information together, and hearing Enoch's inane, constant talk about these paint supplies, and also judging each of you and your stories and saying, "Oh, I know that person. I know that person. I remember him." And eventually you see the individual return, and at their side, on either side of them, is Sir Dilf and Leah. Leah, you're in this library. This library that puts the what's it called, the Ivory Claw Institute's and the other two institutes libraries to shame.
Leah's just kind of like wide-eyed, just staring around. Like, do you know how kids get when like they see like candy or something, like after like a first bite of like, let's say like cotton candy or something for the first time?
I would imagine it's like a child at a book fair.
Yeah, totally. Like total fascination, utter fascination. I mean, she's just kind of like a little out of it too, though. So like she's kind of swaying a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
Leah.
I assume Dilf Daddy is like holding her at some point so she doesn't fall over.
Yeah, Leah, for some reason you were with the group at one point, then you heard something or someone say some arcane words, and then you were just hanging off the ledge of a volcano. And
Yeah, she.
and the individual who brought you all here mentioned that Leah wasn't in hell, she was in some kind of volcanic demiplane.
Oh, wow.
And basically got her out and says, "Alright, with that part of our deal done, I want all of you to rest, because tomorrow I'll have all of you do a job for me. I have someone who works here within this Arcadium who went missing. I need you to find out what happened to them and where they went from within this library, and see where they are. At least confirm their safety and report back to me. Or bring them back if they are in danger. Is that possible?"
Oh, not a problem for Enoch the Tracker.
I just want to imagine like Dog the Bounty Hunter's theme starts playing.
Slowly, a leather jacket forms on Enoch.
Like
A pair
his
of
skin.
shades as well as a mohawk.
Yeah.
For whatever race I am right now. I don't even know what I am right now.
I don't know either.
Henna has not paid attention.
I
at
don't
all
think any of us
to the
do,
words out
because
of this man's mouth.
I'm
He
gonna-
has pictured his
Yeah, I'm gonna
mind
say,
on
I don't
Leah
think
and
any
is
of us-
now doing the frantic, concerned hands around her.
Oh, okay.
It's even better. Enoch is right now a super fucking old orc.
Nice.
Like, he could drop. It looks like he could just drop dead from a wind, like the wind blowing over him. He's so old.
Yeah.
Not a problem for Enoch the bounty hunter.
There. Right now, Leah's just sort of covered in a thin layer of soot on parts of her body.
Yeah, she's not thrilled. I mean, she's gonna like kind of just like put her hand over like Henna's like head, just kind of like, "Can I touch you?" is the type of thing.
Frantic, just like taking that as permission, just hugs her and is like, "I'm so worried about you."
Just kind of like petting Henna's back, like still like, looking around in wonder, but then like kind of zeroes in Bora, like hightail, like high energy, like kind of manic energy, zeroes in on Bora, and like kind of like, "Can I walk with Henna? Like, how planted is Henna on the ground right now?"
Not.
She's pretty
She's
small,
planted
so
on you.
she's probably got her like legs sort of just dangling off the ground a little bit, so you could probably just pick her up and walk over towards Burrow with her if you wanted, while hugging her.
I guess I'm gonna fully just pick Henna up and like hold her and continue to pet her back, and then go over to Bora and like look into. "I apologize. I was incorrect in my assumption that they were the king and queen. I should have listened to you. This is on me. I apologize." And like,
Like,
like
nasty look.
very manic green eyes, just staring like a completely like soot covered face. Like, "I apologize."
Just Sir Dilf is there with his helmet on.
It's okay. She's gonna lightly pat her shoulder and then look at the guy and say, "I know you said we're on the prime plane, but forgive me for not really believing you. Could I have your name, just for proof?"
For now, you may call me Star Child, or Stargazer.
The original.
That really doesn't help me feel any better, you know?
It is not my job to make you feel better. I'm not some nanny.
Damn. Fuck him up.
Oh, if you need to feel better, I've got some spare eggs on me.
He pulls out an egg right in front of Henna's face. Henna, do you eat the fourth egg?
Oh, this is the fifth egg.
Sorry, fifth egg.
It would be the fifth egg.
Yeah.
I drank the egg wine, remember?
Oh, yeah. Do you eat the fifth egg?
No, not right now. I'm good. Right now I'm busy. I'm busy like clinging, okay?
Right now you're gremlin hugging Leah.
I am.
She will, after that, just say, show me some kind of proof that we're on the prime.
He thinks for a moment, he says, hold on to me.
What?
Make contact with my shoulder. You, specifically.
Okay, she'll hesitantly reach out.
He mutters a few arcane words, and both him and Bora disappear. Bora, you're currently in a free fall over the ground.
I haven't had
We're
a chance
asking
to long
questions.
rest. I haven't had a chance to long rest, have I?
No, you haven't.
We're all still in a state of I need a nap.
Yeah, you haven't.
She's
haven't.
gonna just fucking cling to him. If she's going down, he's going with her.
He's just sort of looking, and he says, "Do you recognize the ground?"
I recognize it's coming at us.
Do you recognize that mountain range over there?
Does she?
Roll me a history check.
Just straight or disadvantage?
You can choose disadvantage if you'd like, but I'm saying straight for now.
Okay.
Do anything straight.
Seems about right. What the?
Yeah.
Why would a mountain range be important now? As you're currently hurtling towards the ground.
Okay, I'll believe you. Just take me back. I can't levitate right now.
Wonderful. And then he just sort of, and both of you are back in the exact same spots you were. And Bora touches down, and she just you all see Bora clinging to this man for dear life.
She's gonna just shove him as far as possible to get away.
Sure.
Okay.
The mountain range you were looking at was the Schlafseelie mountain range. We're on the prime material plane.
Okay. Thank you. I'm done asking questions now.
I want to know where we are. Hurtles towards ground. Do you recognize where we are? Baby! No! Fuck you!
No, we're falling! And I can't stop us right now.
Alright.
Good enough.
I will take this as an acceptable answer as long as we live.
Pretty much.
Alright.
And she'll just shove him away. Just cling to the wall.
Sure, you just cling to the wall.
I'm ready
Wonderful.
to take a nap now.
Wonderful. You may all sleep, and I will have one of the avowed come and... He just walks away.
Oh, a nice lad. I get a good feeling from him.
I don't. Not anymore.
I wonder if I should give my mom a phone call.
What's a phone?
Lots of
He pulls out a BlackBerry.
What is That's
No. I would pull out a Motorola Razor.
Exactly.
The pink
You
one,
have
the hot
to.
pink one.
You have to have your melee
Pulled out a
weapon.
Nokia.
You have to have your melee weapon.
Enoch just
Of
looks
course.
over. Oh, that looks a little bit old. Would you like to use mine? Hold out a banana.
No, I want to imagine he pulls out 2 tin cups and a string.
Nah, 2 bananas and
You actually peel the banana; it just has a keypad on it.
You know, I wouldn't be
That
surprised.
is etched into it with like a toothpick.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Oh, what you want is the wireless version. Cracks an egg, has like one up to his mouth and puts the other over an ear.
Are you getting 1 egg reception or 5 egg reception?
Oh, I got a 5 yolk reception in here.
Really? I'm only getting 2 babes.
Hmm. God, let's get off the egg jokes before it becomes an indefinite rabbit hole.
Why? There's so
Nobody
much
asked you?
exciting.
Is that
No,
you?
because
I'm
we'll
coming for
we'll
your
keep
ass.
doing this forever. It'll never stop. So, would you all like to take
These
a long
jokes
rest
will
within
go
this?
for eternity.
I hate you. Would you all like to take a long rest in this study room?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But Henna doesn't want to let go of Leah while resting.
Yeah, Leah will still remain clutched on to Henna, but is going to like one hand cast that prestidigitation on herself and Dilf Daddy, and I assume like either Ta is like included in her own one, or it's like she casts 3 prestidigitations, however you want to work that, but like she gets the soot off of all of them.
Sure. You get. It takes you about a minute, but you get the soot off of all of you.
Enoch uses prestidigitation to put some soot on himself.
Be-
Leah's not even phased. She's just gonna be like, yeah, okay. It's like just take some like before she takes the soot off herself. Just takes some soot, like wipes her cheek, and just like puts it on Enoch's bottle. Like just it's like okay, if that's what you want, you can do that, bud.
No, he's an like an old orc now. He's no longer in the bottle. He's no longer Butterknock.
Even better. They just like takes some soot off her cheek and kind of just like rubs it across his forehead and gives him a thumbs up, and then like goes and just lays down.
I imagine she just I want to imagine she does like the Rafiki, just like takes a thumbful of soot, then Simba's him.
Yeah, fully just is done. Is like just goes and sits in like crisscross applesauce because she's gonna trance, and just like puts Henna in like her lap and then just starts trancing.
Henna, you're currently being cradled by this crisscross applesauce sitting university student.
I'm just gonna pass out cold in this position. I'm good.
Enoch does like a cat stretch over in the corner. Of
I was
the
gonna
room
say,
and just,
Henna, being the
curls
true
up.
cat she is, just sort of curls up and passes out. I'm pretty sure that Henna,
feeling so
like,
stressed after all of the chaos, he's gonna ask one of the people walking around if he can have a bathtub filled with water.
we have no such thing here. This is the library, not a bathhouse. Goodbye.
Aww.
I mean, that's honestly the best response ever. This is a library.
library?
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Sir, this is Wendy's. I'd like a... God, I don't even know. I was about to go into the... Look at GTA. I'd like a number 9 large.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah, sir, this is a Wendy's.
I'll take a double triple deluxe on a raft for you.
Yeah.
Restricting the
Anybody else sleeping in a weird way?
I would be sleeping in a bathtub filled with water, but I don't have water or bathtub.
Fuck you and your H2O.
Bora
In that
just
case, that
kinda-
gif I said that made Henna uncomfortable is also for you.
Bora just kind of took her hair out of the little bun she's been wearing,
Mhm.
and just she is sitting in a corner, hugging her knees to her chest.
Just PTSD ridden eyes.
Yes.
For just and giggles, I assume that you're gonna do this in some weird way, but I also offer the possibility of Enoch just taking all the books everybody's been reading and then just piling them on himself, sort of turning himself into like a mound of books with only his head sticking out.
No. Is there like a rug anywhere? He'd probably use that as a blanket.
Sure, Enoch burritos himself inside of a rug.
There we go.
Lord.
Is there a nearby window?
Snug as a bug in a rug.
Yeah. No, there are no windows. You have not seen a single window since you got in here.
Darn, I wanted to see if Enoch bounced like a rubber ball.
You can still. I mean, there are stairs. Like you're on an upper floor. You could roll him down a set of stairs if you'd like.
No, I wanted to toss him out the window, see if he'd bounce.
Ring. But yeah. So. All of you go to sleep in your varying ways, with varying levels of stress, or distress, or sadness.
Or all of the above.
And nonetheless, everybody gets a long rest and gets to relax. Leah's the first one awake since she just tranced for 4 hours.
Yeah, she's still with Henna curled, like, I assume, still held, like, clutched,
Yeah.
is going to just, like, get up with, like, the unconscious Henna and, like, just go and start investigating the library.
Sure, carrying her like the 90-pound baby she is, you walk into the library and just sort of you get like a cloth and does that like bandolier style with the cloth where you just sort of have her just like sort of wrapped around you and you're just sort of walking with her around the library.
Yeah, her and Ta just on various parts. Like,
Sure.
Ta is like strapped to the back and then Henna is just strapped to the front.
Sure.
I'm now a toddler. I love it.
Like you're 5'4", but
pretty
I'm
much,
treating you
right?
like a 5'4" freaking gremlin toddler.
She ain't even 5'4", so you're giving her inches.
Sorry, she's 5'3", right, or 5'2".
Yeah. This tiny gremlin in a bundle. I love it.
Yeah. Tiny gremlin in a bundle who can apparently persuade anybody into anything
Indeed.
and never fails at talking to people.
I think Leah's in kind of like panic mode still.
Yeah.
Like, so she's gonna investigate the library, but I think her focus is gonna be like, is this safe for the people I'm with, specifically Henna, Bora, Orin, and Gaston? Like, there's just gonna be like, are they safe? Can I make sure they're safe? They're safe? Cool. What is this place?
Okay, you look around and it is dead silent. It does not sound like there's another living soul in this place except for you, the person you're strapped to, and Tob. You know that there are more because your friends are in a different room. But besides that, it just feels like you're in an empty library all by yourself.
I want to throw out that when Kyler is asleep, he snores, and he snores in primordial, specifically Aquan.
Yeah, Leah knows Aquan, and she fully hates him. Like, she doesn't like him, so she's gonna just kind of eavesdrop on that a little bit to see like what's he saying, if there's anything like useful
I mean,
in that.
are you saying that he sleep talks, or is he just snoring and it sounds like gargling?
It varies. Sometimes he'll say in Aquan, "I miss you, Mom." Other times it will be random gibberish.
Yeah.
Leah's gonna just shut down mommy issues and his thing that she has on him, and then just kind of like will go off and explore this. Like, she won't go too far, but she'll explore like the surrounding areas of where they're asleep.
All right. You check the surrounding areas, and outside of bookshelves and various tables, there is not much here. There's a set of stairs that seems to reach down to lower floors. And just a lot of books everywhere. You do not know where you are relative because you cannot find any windows.
Okay. she's gonna be a little suspicious of this. So can I do? What are the books around me about? Like, is it like a library where they're sectioned off specifically? Like, this is like the fantasy aisle, or like?
Yeah, it is. It is sectioned off into like varying like themes or topics, and follows the Dewey Decimal System. So very organized, very well maintained. Makes finding things easy. As
I
long as you know
imagine
what you're
somewhere
looking
in the fantasy section there's a book on Jared, the tired accountant.
for. Yeah.
Sits in a magic box all day and does nothing but do boring work.
And does nothing but taxes. That's actually a curse upon him by a fae, by an archfey.
Supposedly. Or else he doesn't get paid.
Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, you have like 4 hours before the rest of them wake up. Are you doing anything
I
in
guess-
particular?
Yeah, I guess I'll go into like, I'll go into a history section about the history of. I think she's gonna go into the history of what? Wait, what's Kyler again?
Water Genasi?
She's gonna go into the history of Genasi's. Like, see, like what, like more like history and like how Genasi's act specifically, like how, like, you know how, like, okay, this is the development of humans. She's
Yeah.
gonna go into the development of Genasi.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check. Yeah, I don't know why I had you roll an investigation check. Just want to see if you fail.
Shocking results.
Shocking results. Wow. Oh my god. No. So, looking into a history of Genasi, you only find like one source thing regarding Genasi, like behavior or anything, and like a brief history. Genasi, from what the book says, were created long ago, eons before the Singularity War, and are almost aspects of nature themselves and who they are, but were created from the bonding of elemental spirits known as genies with humanoid partners, and the result is half human, half elemental being that typically embodies the aspects of the element that they are tied to and associated with physically. Fire Genasi tend to be a little more hot-headed, heated, and passionate. Water Genasi tend to be a little more calm and cool-tempered, very dispassionate. Earth Genasi tend to be very tough of skin, metaphorically and physically. Air Genasi tend to change like the weather, either being like light and airy or like a roiling thunderstorm. Then roll me a perception check.
Can somebody hear me?
What was that?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
You can hear me. Fabulous. Okay. Hi. What did I miss?
Oh, how much? What was the last thing you heard?
I heard that they bonded with Genasi.
They bonded with Genasi? What?
Like
Bonded
the
with genies.
Oh, genies. Sorry.
The genies. Okay, so what you missed was me saying that Genasi typically personality-wise and how they act, embody the element that they are physically manifested with, being from, Fire Genasi being hot-tempered and passionate, Water Genasi being cool-headed, dispassionate, and whatnot, Earth Genasi being tough of skin metaphorically and physically, and not sometimes not the brightest, and Air Genasi being uh, their personality, not necessarily personality, but their I guess emotions change similar to the weather, in which they could be light and breezy one moment, or be as cold and like raging as a roiling storm.
So the question I asked, I don't know if you heard, are they typically aligned with a specific like good or bad?
They what else what the book what your reading says that they are pretty close to the idea of a manifestation of an elemental spirit in humanoid form. So they vary as all humanoids do, but tend to stick with more neutral approaches to life.
Okay. So if she has enough time, she's going to kind of close that information, and then she's going to see if she can find any information about the forest she was in.
Oh no, I also said roll a perception checks in case you didn't hear.
Didn't hear that. 13.
You notice a few of the pages stuck together
in the Genasi book?
Yeah.
Can I... If I cast Identify, would that do anything?
Maybe, but it just looks like a few of the pages are just stuck together in a way that books and or pages typically do.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I'm gonna very, very gently, because books are
fragile.
His lifeblood is gonna like kind of shimmy it so that they separate from one another.
Sure, I'll say roll me just a dexterity check.
I don't have great dex.
You'll be fine.
All right.
Okay.
Being the massive book nerd you are, you've probably done this dozens of times. You do end up separating a few of them, and there seems to be a few more pages that you didn't realize were there. Reading through them, it talks about how in recent centuries, not only are it talks about how not only are Genasi created from genies, but they could also appear down the line due to genetics, like the blood of genies showing up much later in like a clan's lifespan, or they could just be born from a child, like a pregnant mother being in a place of high elemental density, like of a certain element. And it talks about how even in recent decades, some giants have been able to find ways to procreate with humanoids in some capacity and bring about the birth of a child that bears both giant and humanoid blood, that in a different sort of approach of creating Genasi.
Okay, Leah's going to be jotting all this down in the notebook under her Kyler section.
All right. Specifically Kyler.
Totally not Bora or Az.
Yeah.
She trusts Bora and Az not to murder her or like each other in their sleep. She does not trust Kyler.
We've had a few failed insight rolls, okay?
Yeah, no. She believes that he's still a serial killer, so it makes sense.
Which I find completely funny because out of the entire party, he got turned into one of the most harmless spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Leah knows jack shit about spiders.
Yeah. For now, anyways.
But, so after that, how much time do I have left?
That probably took all the time.
Okay, then never mind. Then I guess I'll wander back to the group and watch them all wake up and do my creepy little thing of watching people wake up as I jot down notes about them.
Sure, you do that, and eventually Hannah, you wake up, like sort of wrapped in a cloth around Leah, while you see her staringly waking up at everybody jotting down notes.
I'm just gonna kind of like blink at her and be like, "Why am I swaddled?"
I went for a walk and did not want to leave you behind.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
Oh, acceptable answer.
Approved.
How is everybody sleeping? Like, where is everyone sleeping in relation to each other?
Okay, so Kyler is just sort of off in the corner, snoring in Aquin. Azazel's probably just sort of splayed out on the ground somewhere, like his mouth, like sort of mouth snoring to a small extent. Like it's not too loud, but it's definitely noticeable. Enoch, like I said, is burrito rolled up somewhere, probably like on the table. I have no idea about Bora, like how she actually slept. Like, did she just pass out in the curled position?
Bora just kind of is hugging her knees to her chest as she's literally propping herself up in a corner and practically hiding her face with her hair.
Yeah. She's basically fetaling position right now, facing a corner, Blair Witch style. And currently you have Henna strapped to your chest, and Sir Dilf is currently, like, he's been sleeping while standing the entire time. And I have no idea about Orin.
He's just sleeping normal.
Alright. Orin, is using, like, his bag as a pillow and sleeping on his side. And he's probably far enough away from Enoch as he could get while still being within this room.
Yeah.
Leah's gonna try to find a place that's like semi in the best relation, like closest to, sort of, as best as she can to Gaston, Orin, Bora, and then Enoch for Henna. So if that's dead center in the room, that's fine.
Sure, yeah, it'd probably be dead center to try and get near everybody simultaneously.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. She's like, okay, Henna likes Enoch, so I have to be near Enoch. I like Orin, Gaston, and Bora, so we have to be near there. Henna and I both like Bora, so we both need to be near. But like, she's trying to like figure out like how to place herself.
I will say
Numbers floating in her head from the math she's having to do.
Yeah, beautiful minds.
When you get a little closer to Bora and you kind of see through her hair, she looks like she's distressed in her sleep, but not enough to wake up.
Having a falling dream.
You see eye movement beneath the hair, Henna or Leah.
Then I guess I'll move like closer and kind of sit like. So I've learned, because I'm a perceptive little girl, that I like maybe don't get too close to people when they're having a nightmare, because they will sometimes wake up and punch you. And so she's gonna sit close enough so that she's just out of punching range, but like sit and kind of just like stare at Bora.
Sure.
Blair Witching the Blair Witch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, which one of you is the real horror movie character? And Henna's still swaddled to this horror movie character.
I don't suppose Enoch can wake up and grow wings, emerge from his... Just make this even more weird.
Yeah, really.
Make this guy really question who the hell he brought into this.
Yeah, and then, Bora, you woke up from your dream, realizing you were still in Highmore the entire time.
You woke up from your dream, and you see a white dragon. You never left.
Yeah, you never left the lair. Everybody else around you is dead. But yeah.
Hey, you're finally awake. What? Feywa? Spider Queen? What are you talking about? Come on, let's go fight this dragon.
No.
No,
Oh, good, you're finally awake.
Bora's just
Why
having
am
visions
I in
of
a
the future.
wagon?
Bora's,
We're on our way to Highmore.
yeah, Bora's just having visions of the future. But
Yeah,
yeah.
no, when Kyler wakes up, you will look at Kyler as he kind of like brushes water out of his hair. And it looks like he sweated profusely throughout the night, and it's literally just seawater.
Yeah, he just wrings his hair.
Leah's gonna just kind of like, she doesn't like him and she doesn't trust him, but she misses water, so she's kind of just gonna like stare at him like very longingly.
You see a creepy, like, eyes wide staring look with a sort of like I want you look. It almost looks like a yandere look when she's giving you, Kyler.
Presses very tightly back into his corner, like, does she want to murder me or jump my bones? Oh God!
Jumpy britches. Just runs away.
And then I will use prestidigitation to dry out my robes.
Okay. Alright. You guys eventually all wake up one by one. Enoch, I don't know how you weirdly wake up from this situation.
All I'm picturing is Nosferatu rising up out of his coffin.
But
But
he's
instead, there's an old-ass orc bound tightly into a burrito that just rises to standing in a rug.
Yes. I like that depiction.
Sure, that happens.
I will pay for an animation of that.
I think all of us would pay for like every Enoch moment to be animated.
I mean, I would pay for the telescoping legs up into the rope trick.
Whoop. I'm gonna be honest.
A day in the life of Enoch animation.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that we could turn that Enoch's telescoping legs into the box thing into a meme in and of itself.
A pair of tiny gnome legs disappearing.
No, not even gnome, goblin. His goblin
That's
form.
right, goblin. That was what it started as.
Yeah.
No, see, what I'm seeing in my head for this is Goblin Enoch stepping across those rocks with his, like, 9-foot-long legs to hunch down over Azazel behind Obsidian's back, and just Azazel going, oh, fuck no. Lightning spear! Obsidian looks down. You bitch! Boom.
Alright, yeah. So you all wake up, and hopefully some of you have rations, or all of you have rations.
Yeah.
Whoops, we starved to death in life.
Yeah. Oh no, you forgot one meal, you insta-die.
Out of there. Actually, Enoch doesn't need to eat, remember?
Alright,
I do it. I'll like, I do it, but I don't need to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he doesn't know that yet.
Hey, no,
He'll
do you
never
have
know.
enough making breakfast?
He'll never know if you. To be fair, none of you would know until everybody else around you is starving, and you're like, "Why do I not feel any hunger or pains?"
Well, everyone else is starved to death. He would not realize, and even then, I don't think he'd realize.
Yeah.
The others might.
Joke's on you. This is actually the 5th time he's rolled that doesn't need to eat or sleep thing. He's never needed to for the last 10 millennia.
That's what the gods have to eat.
Yeah. What use is food to a god?
To be Bacchus.
Fair.
Very fair.
That last very fair comes from the person that has a Bacchus statue on their altar.
No. Alright.
Look.
While you guys are reading, eventually one of these individuals that you think might be called the Avowed shows up and says, "We will come and find you in a few hours to deal with the issue at hand. For now, you may go and continue your own personal research if you'd like, or peruse. Look for one of us if you need aid. Goodbye." And then just turns around and walks out the room.
Well, not sure how I feel about this character, but he's our best bet to get home, so...
Oh, we're on the right plane.
He seems like
Okay,
a nice young lad.
I think I'm ready to stand on my own. Just saying. Put that out there.
Unstraps the things, nods, and then just wanders off.
Goodbye.
Telepathically reaches out to Gaston and just starts singing in his head in deep speech. Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-da, doo-da.
Don't forget away with it.
Doo-da-doo-da-day. All right.
Just make
Is anybody doing any research, or are they just staying in the room?
I'm gonna go back to trying to figure out what's going on with the psychic heroes.
Sure. Roll me another investigation, fool.
Roll
said cool.
investigation. Instigation.
Yeah. 21. Okay. God damn you.
Instabagation.
Instabagation. Yes. What about the rest of you?
Leah's.
Go on.
You sure you can go?
Bora's gonna just step out and look around. She didn't find anything in the monk area, so now she's just gonna look around and see if she can see any book names that draw her eye.
Okay.
That's about it.
Leah's gonna go try to find books. So she originally wanted to go find books on the forest and like the history of the forest and people who like wanted like guard the forest in order to get information on Gaston, but she's now fully realized that they're in a place with no windows and it's kind of horrifying. So she's gonna try to find information on the library.
Just finds a pamphlet. A library and you. The guide to this entire library and why it exists. Where we are and who created it.
Nat 20. Just that's what you need for that. Nat 20.
Sure, roll me an investigation, Leah. Same with nah, Bora, you're just wandering around aimlessly. What about you, Orin and Henna? And Enoch?
Orin's gonna go ahead.
Henna's gonna look up those two names that she came across before. Lich King Vecna and the Raven Queen.
Okay.
Orin's gonna
roll me investigation, Henna. Alright.
Jesus Christ.
God, you guys are in a library and are rolling too high.
We're all thirsty for knowledge.
Apparently. Apparently you're very passionate about the subjects you're looking into, all of you. Yes, I really want to know about psychic heroes. I really want to know about this library. And I really want to know about Vecna, the Lich King, god of secrets.
And then there's the real questions that are getting posted to the group chat.
Yeah, like, Henna, you're currently looking into the god of secrets, undead, and liches. Like, you're going down like the Necronomicon rabbit hole.
Oh wait, I have a
Find a
meme for
book
that
made of
too!
skin with teeth. Do you open it?
Do I look phased?
Sorry, you're looking into the god of secrets, liches, and arcane arts, also known as the Whispered King. Then there's the Raven Queen, who is the goddess of...
Look, that's Henna!
Then there's the Raven Queen, who is the goddess of fate, winter, and passage, also known as the Patient Raven. God. Look, everybody, we have the Necro Dancer in our party.
Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah, really. So yeah, Oren, what do you want to look into?
Damn it, I guess just out of control magic, wild magic.
Sure.
Yeah.
You find a very large section of books with the strange initials ET on the side of all of them.
Oh no.
Oh,
All
no.
of them were penned by E.T. Go home.
Add another one to the pile.
Yeah.
22.
Henna creates the Book of Vile Darkness with all the pictures. It just immediately inscribes the initials ET on the spine, and then it just teleports into the library.
No,
Why did
it's
you have to say
not.
Necrodancer, though? You made me post a YouTube song.
No, don't do it. But yeah. what about I think that's everybody. Sorry, Oren.
Excuse me, Enoch.
Oh yeah, Enoch. Also, Oren, roll me investigation.
Yeah, 22. Add another one to the
Okay.
pile.
Okay.
Would you like to just make mine an automatic 1? Because
Yeah.
I think what Enoch is going to do is he would like to illustrate the story he read yesterday about the paint supplies, kind of like mural style,
Where?
just on a canvas.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Roll me the D100.
You don't want to give me that automatic 1 since everyone's been rolling so high?
Not quite.
Fine.
Oh my god! Of course.
Wait, is this
Of
the moment we're waiting for?
Of course, all of you
don't-
roll. Of course, all of you roll high, and he rolls below a 5 for the painting.
Oh man, I should have blessed myself. Damn it!
Have a bardic inspiration, real quick.
Oh god damn it! Fine, you have a bardic inspiration to subtract from the roll.
Yep.
That's a D6.
Yep.
So
Oh,
is it under a 5 causes the thing this year? Or what?
Okay, well
Cool.
this is
That is a -1.
It is. You know what that means, folks? Enoch, what are you bringing into reality?
oh god.
Please
Okay,
bring
I
it to reality
said
the horses.
No,
this is a little
you.
different from before, so this is
Yep.
however you interpret this to happen. But I was going to literally make like a mural style of events, like the beginning section in one corner where it's him trading the paint supplies with a devil, and then it trading hands. Of course, it's nightmarish all the way through. Like these
Of course.
don't
Cool.
look like people at this point.
All right. So what happens is you create this beautiful mural in your eyes, Enoch. Henna, you're in your search for this information about the Lich King Vecna, and then you see your servant painting on a couple different canvases this god-awful, horrifying mural that you think is actually going to kill you just by looking at it. And then you see every single character / individual through this storied mural drop on the ground in reality with all their horrifying features looking like some Slender Man-esque bullshit nightmare eldritch fuel.
Oh, it reminds me of home.
Why'd you put it on canvases and not paper? I can put in the scrapbook, servant.
As you hear all of them shriek
okay?
and all of
Oh.
them shriek,
Oh.
and each of them start to get up and start to shamble towards. Some of them shambling towards you, Enoch, and then some of them shambling towards Henna. Both of you roll initiative.
Oh.
Oh.
Time to do some sketchy shit.
Doodah. Time to do some sketchy shit all the doodah day. Hey. Alright, these things go first.
No, I don't want it.
You don't want it, but it's happening. Actually, no, these things don't go first. What you see is one of these avowed individuals in the armor that all look the same as each other and sound the same. Just say, "What cursed abominations unto the gods have you brought into this world?"
Enoch has like the picture frame kind of fingers going, like, Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Perhaps I could work on the eyes a little more next time.
And
Now
I
I
just
feel
be
like
like,
eyes are just like basically black holes with shadows almost
Do you,
emanating from them.
you know that like art style where it's like the spiral eyes that like go deep in like an endless void?
Yes.
Yeah, they each have those kind of eyes and like a blank void of a mouth.
Basically, Junji Ito painting.
Pretty much. You
and
immediately
then it's
see
just
this
gonna like,
individual just say, Varasmel uruh to kafrin. Varashto! And all of the individuals burst into flames and are whisked away in a faint gust of wind and disappear into nothingness. As you are no longer in an initiative.
I don't think they liked me.
I don't suppose the paint supplies were a part of this, were they? Because I was depicting that whole story.
You have a new set of paint supplies and new paints. You don't know if if it's that thing, but it might be something.
Wait, are you saying there's like a new set of paint supplies on the table at this point?
Yes, you basically have a new set of paint supplies.
It physically does not matter whether it's that or not. Enoch is taking it.
Yeah, I know.
This could be cursed to hell. I don't care. Oh, what a nice surprise. Enoch
Henna
puts it
would
away.
like Henna would like to go over, pick up all the canvases, stack them up, very purposefully not looking at them, then drape her cloak over the front, and then like put them with the rest of her stuff.
You know, oh, because they also have like filigreed borders and whatnot. You know that you could just like sort of cut them out from the canvases and then roll them up.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Just to keep them for later and put them in with the other Enoch drawings I have.
As you now have 4 more Enoch drawings.
Yes. My collection, it grows.
My collection is growing.
We never looked at it, but I want to assume that within that painting there's like a moving picture book now happening. What happens if you look at it? I don't know. we kind of diverted our attention and you immediately put it away, so we'll figure out later, I guess.
I mean, I've learned my lesson at this point not to actually look at the pictures myself.
If I draw it, you just take it and take a gamble.
It's
and
sort of a scrapbook.
stick. Oh goodness, that's
I
our
have
roles
it.
are on par
Enoch
today,
is-
except for those initiatives.
Enoch,
Yeah.
Enoch is just like, I have a sacrifice for the queen. Or sorry, I have a gift for the queen.
I mean, I gifted her invisible armor. I've gifted her plenty of portraits. Like, she's gotten quite a haul for me to for basically anything.
After she finishes putting the portraits in her bag, she's gonna go over and gently pat Enoch's head. And just be like, good job, and then go back to her research.
Yes, you pat the head of this 6'4", nearly dying old man.
Yeah, I climbed up on the table to do it, okay?
Alright, over to Kyler. Still no new information regarding psychic heroes. Orin, various things about wild magic, but all of this is just technical jargon about the weave and complex formulas on how wild magic works and how the weave itself works and blah 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 blah, and quantifying the possibility of a wild magic sorcerer being, born, and so on and so forth, and Fibonacci sequences.
Okay.
You cannot make heads or tails of any of this. Hannah, you find information on Vecna the Lich King. Like I mentioned before, rose to ascension regarding some kind of betrayal regarding a bunch of archmages. Then there was like a long lull. There was apparently a few centuries ago he was ruling over some far-off kingdom, and for a long while, and eventually was slain by some heroes and never seen from again. That's all the information you really get. Unfortunately, he is the god of secrets.
Mm.
Just because Enoch with all your problems, I'm sure he knows a few of his secrets.
Yeah. You know, he was a notorious tobacco addict.
He's terribly allergic to cats, if you didn't know.
He has terrible morning breath.
Hannah would add this information to the notes she was taking on him. Just like nod as Enoch says it, like completely just accepting his words. Like, okay.
Accepting it as fact.
Allergic to cats, understood.
Fighting gods, weak to cats? Question mark. What else? So that's what you get. Bora. Looking around, you find a weird book with a mirror on the front of it. It has it's like this emerald book that has gold filigree around it and a sort of platinum mirror on it that reflects very beautifully. It's just on the ground, seemingly knocked over, with a couple of its binding latches open. It is called... Sorry, yeah?
Good. I'm gonna just carefully pick up the book and open it.
Alright. You open it and you check the first page and it seems to be called The Price of Beauty.
Interesting.
What do you do as you have the book?
I guess I'm gonna flip through a few pages.
Alright. The Price of Beauty is bound in a soft green leather, 8 inches wide and about 14 inches tall, and set with golden clasps. The book gives off an unmistakable scent of lilies. Set into its cover is a polished oval mirror with a delicate gold frame, styled like locks of hair, which appears to spill down around the face of anyone who looks into the mirror. The book is filled with beautiful illustrations of woodland scenes, art, and jewelry. Delicate handwriting accompanies the illustrations in the form of short prayers and meditations dedicated to seeking self-worth, techniques for massage and healing, and recipes for creating balms and cosmetics. On the last page is an inscription by the author Silvari Silversong, which reads, "A mirror is a gateway to happiness, truth, and to accepting ourselves."
You asked Enoch nicely. He could paint you a nice mirror.
No.
Yeah, you're looking into the book, right?
Yeah.
Alright. As you're looking through it, you eventually just flip back, like just after breezing through it briefly, back to the cover page, and you see yourself in the mirror. But then it's not you. You see the visage of a beautiful woman. Long, very oddly long jaw, but not creepy in nature. A very slender neck. 2 pale white eyes indicating blindness. And a mane of silverish blonde hair that is curled to near perfection. Roll me a religion check. What these conclusion 9. Okay. Fortunately, it is not necessarily too hard of a DC to figure out. Give me a second. Want that. You see the image and depiction of the humanoid form of Dodicia, goddess of love, beauty, and peace, also known as the Pink Rose. And you see the reflection and it moves the same way you move. But then it stops moving the same way you do and it says, "Well met, dearest one. How do you feel today?"
I don't know, really.
You look tired. There are many bags under your eyes, and those scars are unseemly for one of your beauty.
Damn.
I know.
The talking book. Wonder if Enoch's paintings are like that.
All of them start talking to Henna.
From Henna's bag, you just hear muffled shouting.
Yeah, it's like Toy
It's
Story, really.
nonsense.
It's like Toy Story, really.
Really crass. That's how I imagine Enoch's paintings.
Yeah, at the mention of her scars, she'll kind of wince away and be like, I know.
If rest, relaxation, or transformation is what you need, then follow the lilies. Follow the lilies, dearest one. I am sure that Sylvari will see to your needs. The mirror then starts glowing softly with a pale white light. And then it flashes, blinding you for a moment, and standing in front of you now is a 5-foot wide, 7-foot high portal.
Oh, that's never good.
And on the other side of the portal, you see what looks to be a woodland scape. You see trees. Seems to be some kind of forest. And there seems to be posts that resemble sculpted stone lilies.
Do I recognize anything about this forest?
Not immediately. They seem to be... It definitely doesn't seem... It seems to have different trees than the Swallowtail Forest, so it's at least not that, as far as you know.
I don't know if you can still hear me, but I would rather go with my friends. I don't like being alone anymore.
Then I will wait. Bring your friends. They too can get the rest, relaxation, or transformation that they desire. As the portal just stays there.
She's gonna just nod and ever so gently set the book down.
You put the
and
book down?
Go run off. Yeah, just very gently, very respectfully set it down and go try to find them.
Alright. Doesn't take you too long from the constant movement and hearing some muffled screams from Henna, as well as, you know, just the general sounds of everybody else. You find them in about a minute or so. Or you gather them up in about a minute or so.
How many portals are we gonna make in this place before we're done?
The answer is yes.
He brought us in here to do a little research, and we're spawning demonic entities, creating portals to other planes.
Oh my god.
Still, get out.
I think that's the real gimmick of your group. Is just, oh, we're in this place. Well, what if we made a portal to another place?
Pretty much.
We do make a lot of portals around here, don't we?
Let's see. Portal to
In our
a white
defense-
dragon's lair. Portal to the Feywild. Portal
In
to
our
wherever
defense,
this is.
guy should have
Well,
looked
Enoch's
into
mine.
who he was hiring before leaving us unattended in his library.
Yeah.
So there are
We
two
have
things.
a track record.
To be fair, let's be honest. You guys don't actually have any kind of job history as a group.
Yes.
We have a chaos history.
You have a history of crimes you've gotten away with.
We basically have a rap sheet, not a work history.
Pretty much. You have a rap sheet, not a resume.
A rap sheet that I will willingly talk away if necessary.
Willingly attempt to talk away, but yeah.
A rap sheet that
That's
Enoch
me.
trapped the person asking about inside a painting when asking.
So yeah, you're all together, and I assume you explain the situation, Bora.
Yeah, I'll just explain to them, about the book and what's happening. And as she finishes explaining, she's like, I want to go through the portal and see. Who knows, maybe it's a lead on what happened to the missing person here.
We're about to disappear from this job that we just
Isn't that what happened literally last time? You disappeared from a job and went to the Feywild.
Yes.
2 jobs in a row
Yeah.
where we've just completely abandoned it.
You guys are literally just, hey, I'm about to start this job. Okay, I need you to do, like, this task. Literally walks out the store, walks out the mall, walks away from the city.
Walks out of the plane of existence.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, Enoch is the one that creates the portals. Hinna's the one who finds them.
In this case, Bora found
Pretty
it.
much.
I think Bora found this one. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is
Yeah,
Bora's
this one.
first
Also, I don't
portal
think
she
he
found.
created it.
Yeah, either way.
I also he created it, so
So yeah.
It's the first portal none of us are responsible for in any way.
Directly responsible for, let's make that clear.
yeah, Bora is responsible for it because she spoke to the reflection of the god.
The goddess, yeah.
Or what you think is a goddess.
Yeah, but yeah, she'll pretty much just say, it's clear to see that she's like obviously lured in because something happened that brought out a vulnerability in her. But then she's like, we should also probably let the guy know because this might be a lead on what happened to that missing person.
Ah, shit.
Oren's
Ow.
not in on this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Oren really doesn't like this plan.
He's been kidnapped into too many planes recently. He'd really like to stay on this one for a little bit.
He'd really like to stay on his home plane of existence for just a day.
Henna's gonna be like, I'm always up for walking through portals.
90% of this 90% of this campaign takes place in in other parts of other planes of existence.
At what point are you just gonna have to give us the amulet of plane shift?
At this point, it
Just
might as
give
well
me
be
the
your
right
guys.
place.
Like, at this point, I might as well just give you an on-demand plane shift spell.
Give it to Enoch.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
Where are we going
Don't
today,
worry
gang?
about that.
Where are we going today, gang? Winds up in literal hell.
I mean, if
Please.
it's up to Tyler, we're going to be in the ocean constantly.
Please let this be a normal job. No way.
Please let, or I would imagine that that's what Oren said when it's like, I need you to find this person. Please let this be a normal job. Please let this be a normal job. Bora, like 9 hours later. Hey, so I found this silver portal after touching a book. God damn it.
Oh, that's
You know,
funny.
yeah,
I just
exactly.
made a portal with a portrait.
But before we go through the portal, I'm going to look and see if I can find paper anywhere, and if I can't, I'm going to use prestidigitation to write a note to this guy on a blank wall in squid ink and be like, hey, so, portal opened. Might be a lead. We'll be back later. Bye!
Sure, you at least leave a message on a table.
Is Leah there?
Leah's there, yes.
Oh, so she didn't find anything on the library?
Oh, sorry, I forgot Leah's thing. Leah, you didn't find any information on the library, no.
Oh.
How many libraries keep a book on the library on hand?
Yeah, I was gonna say, has a book of the library in the library.
I know, but whatever.
Is somebody else's mic quality degrading, or is it me?
What is going on here? This hurts.
Okay, yeah, so it's not just me. I was like, when did this become 8-bit?
Sounds like Leah's stalking someone.
It's very
Leah's
robot.
mic.
Yeah, God, oh my god.
That if she's trying to talk to us and it's just dying.
Yeah.
No, so my phone's connected to the Bluetooth in the car, and somebody just went into the car.
Okay.
But basically, Leah's just kind of like, I will go through anything. I need to be somewhere in 4 weeks. That is my deadline. It's a hard deadline.
We don't even know if the time stayed the same.
Yeah, that's why
Oh.
I need to be with somewhere in 4 weeks. Like, I need, like, in case time goes differently.
Quick, what day is it?
Oh shit, it's been 3 years.
Yeah, I was
since
gonna
they
say,
left.
it's like, quick, sir, what day is it? Oh, it's Christmas Day, my dear lads. It's just like, no!
We should probably find Stargazer and let him know.
Kyler literally wrote a message on a table for him.
True.
And a very expensive magical reagent.
Did you at least write that it might be a lead?
Aura, look at the table. You see where it says, might be lead, be back later?
I did not hear that part as me player.
Okay.
Well, in
Bora-
that case, do you want Enoch to make a portrait of the events that are unfolding before?
No.
No. Please, dear God, yes.
Creates magical...
My connection.
I was gonna say, creates magical doubles of the party that try to kill you.
No.
That sounds like comedy gold. Do it.
No, I can't do more than one painting a day just for the ruined sanity.
No, I'm fine with it if you want to. Like, whatever happened with that is already resolved.
You mean like one of your Boston girls?
Oh, God.
I'll spare us at this moment. We don't need a
Alright.
portrait. I don't know
For
why
now.
Enoch would make a portrait right now. I am sure down the line there will be a reason for me to put this new paint stick on.
Hmm.
See if there's anything special about it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, after the note and all of that, Aura's gonna lead them.
Yeah?
Ooh, they make landfall.
Ah, my ears. It burn.
It's been so long since I've seen this map.
I don't know, I think we saw it pretty fucking regularly for a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that's all we saw for 8 episodes.
So did we go through the portal? What's the consensus here?
I assume you
Yes,
guys
we
went through the portal.
Yeah, go through portal.
Yeah, look at the portal.
To make landfall.
Wait, they said which mountain range when we were falling?
Schlef Sealy.
Shaft Sealy. Oh,
So we're
okay.
way down here.
Nice.
So, we're on the other side of the continent again.
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 We're somewhere on the other side of the continent. Okay. I am
100%.
ref-
At least he teleported you over there. Not sure why he would do that unless he was close by.
Yeah.
So, I spent the last 2.5 hours thinking you guys were on the page with the map.
No.
No.
Yeah,
No, we were in a
We were in a dark
I was
room.
assuming it was in the library.
Yeah,
We're in a
I
dark
heard it was
room.
the library.
you're in a dark room. What do you mean dark room? Could you see your tokens? Could you see a little bit around you?
yes, a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah?
No, it was a
I
small
can see
room.
like a hallway.
Okay.
It was a small room with a hallway. Yeah.
All right. So you guys all went through the portal.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also want to know
Okay,
who
so it
moved their
wasn't the
token.
library.
I also want to know who moved their token because I swear to God that there was supposed to be like 8 of you. I was like, wait, there's one missing, and I'm trying to, like, I know that it's friggin' Enoch, but I can't find where his token is.
I don't know what you're talking about because I don't think I touched my token while we were in
I'm pretty
there.
sure I know what happened, and it was a certain sibling.
Oh, he overlapped it. God help me.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what happened because I remember looking up and thinking, oh yeah, Mad Hatter Enoch. And then I looked up right before you changed them again, and suddenly it was a white picture.
So you guys go through the portal and are greeted with a forest that has a path of yellow wood going down with these effigies of sculpted lilies on either side of the path.
Follow the yellow brick road?
Follow the lilies.
Not as catchy.
Look at that. Is that any Tethek here?
No Tethek here yet.
I think my new goal for this campaign is just to keep coming up with new color names. Ridiculous
By the end of the
colors.
campaign, you have 100 color art supply of fake colors that we never describe how they look like. But yeah. So you guys continue down the path and eventually are greeted with the sight of a large sanctum, a large temple of sorts.
Is there a giant flaming eye on top of the temple?
No.
Is
Nope.
it full of lilies?
But yeah, you do see a set of double wooden doors as you approach.
I swear if we step through these doors and I hear someone start singing You Remind Me of the Babe, I'm gonna die.
Full circle.
Yeah, no. I assume you guys enter in.
Yeah.
As you enter in, you are now in the place where you've been for the last 2.5 hours that I thought you were somewhere else.
Ah, we returned to the library.
We returned, yes!
You
knew
returned-
all along I was going to open the book.
You return to the library. That being this random room with what the fuck? Cursed is what you are. So you see this individual with silver hair and a servant's outfit with white gloves sitting behind a desk and a little booklet and feather and inkwell say, "Greetings and welcome to the lustrous iris." Sorry, the lustrous iris. What can I do for you today?
I found a book that had the image of, I cannot pronounce that goddess name, I'm sorry.
Dodicia.
Dodicia. I'm not gonna remember that.
Dodicia.
I'm not gonna remember that.
Good.
It looks like Dodida.
Doditto.
Me as the player, I will refer to it as Ditto, but you know what I mean.
Ditto.
And this image of her told me to follow the lilies for becoming better, I think.
Well, this temple is dedicated to that of the Pink Rose. But I do not know what you speak of. We are just a humble establishment. If you're here to get some treatments or rest, or if you've come for the bath, then you are more than welcome to come and rest your weary bones. All of you look like you have gone through hardships in the last while of your lives. And you seem to have a lot of stress within your shoulders.
We're also looking for someone.
And who may that person be?
What was his name? I don't remember.
We haven't been told a name. We just know
Oh.
that they've
Let's put a
disappeared.
name. We did get a name. He
You
told
didn't?
us everything, and I didn't write it down.
I very purposely didn't because I wasn't paying attention to him at all on purpose.
I was paying attention, but
You
I
know-
just didn't write down the name.
You know, I think this is perfect. This encapsulates your group perfectly. He didn't tell us any information. He didn't tell us any information. Yes, he did. I just didn't write it down. Oh yeah, I just decided not to pay attention to him.
Well, I mean, I was more concerned about the fact that Leah was there again.
Oh,
so
I know.
I don't know what he said.
I remember distinctly, he said our colleague name, and I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. I can show him what he looks like.
Well, for
No.
now,
No,
if you...
no,
Yes,
no.
Well,
yes, draw us a picture of him, Enoch.
God, not yet,
No.
please.
No.
But no,
If he's gonna give the information, Enoch will do it. That's how this works.
the individual says, well, while you're looking for this individual, if you'd like, we have some changing rooms over there if you'd like to go and use the baths, or at least stay in the bath house for the time being and relax and rest with the steams. They'll purify your pores and help you think better of who you're trying to find and how we can help.
Oh, that's
He
wonderful.
works in a library?
What library?
The library?
An oversized library.
A large one, yes.
This
Where everything is
individual.
big.
This individual just looks completely confused.
Leah heard bath and is like trying to like just like jump on the balls of the feet like bath, water, yes.
Rest, relaxation.
Orange is gonna look at them and be like, I'm really sorry. We've been through a lot of magic bullshit the past couple of days, so lots of stuff. I don't blame you for not understanding.
That is fine, but well, my name is Saith, and I would like to welcome you to the Temple of the Lustrous Iris. Are you okay?
No, we are not. Which way to the bath?
Just down this direction. There's probably somebody already there. You can use any of the changing rooms, and there's a locked chest in there. Just behind the curtains, there's a locked chest in there. You can open it up and then lock it with all your belongings. If you'd like, you can also rent a room here if you'd like to put more of your bulkier equipment that wouldn't fit in the chest there.
How much for a room?
Okay, something. I would say... Well, since there's so many of you, I would say about 4 gold pieces a night.
Would you happen to have need of entertainment?
Oh, are you perchance a entertainer?
I am. I'm a bard of some renown, actually. I'd be more than happy to. play
Roll
for
a persuasion check, because you definitely believe this. Okay. I guess you rolled lower than a 10. You rolled a 3. Nice. So the individual says, by all means then, if you would like to perform for us, then you and your friends can stay for free as long as you are willing to entertain the guests.
Wonderful.
Giggity.
Well, I will show you the direction of the door. Izzy starts making his way over in this direction. It says, if you go through this door right here and continue towards the north, there will be an individual maid. So it's by the door. She'll take you to one of the rooms and give you the key. Would you like 2 rooms? We only have 2 rooms available, so would you like those 2 rooms, or would you care to share one?
Does anyone else care?
I don't really care.
No.
The Enoch
go with-
sleeping conditions.
I think
Well,
Enoch gets his own room.
Yeah, I agree.
As long as y'all are paying booze, I can afford.
I can't either.
Like, how about we all share because I'm working off the rooms, so
Well,
let's
no,
all share.
he's willing to give you.
Oh, he's going to give us both for it.
Yeah, he's saying, do you want both or do you want one?
Okay, yeah, we'll go with both. That works for us. Yeah.
Wonderful. And he just sort of opens the door for all of you.
One last question that will sound completely random, but what plane is this?
Plane? Like plane of glass? I'm confused.
Existence.
Of existence.
You are on flight 347, inbound to New York.
Eastbound to Texas. The departure time is 4:37 p.m. We will arrive in our destination in 3 hours.
Like, what's the nearest town to here?
The nearest settlement would be... I have to pull up my own map.
Hell's Palace, of course.
Yes. We're currently in the 9 hells. I have to switch over personally to the actual full map just to quickly get an idea.
No. We're just on the Shivering Isles.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we're gonna run into Shea Agora.
Well, we're in the closest.
We're walking around town with him.
God, that's fair.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
You're right. The closest settlement from here. Closest settlement from here, if you cross the river, would be Varkus's Ridge. But if you were to keep heading south through the Zabora Woods, you would eventually make your way towards Zephril.
All right. Oh, thank you very much. I was just a little turned around, you know.
Leah gets very excited. Leah gets very, very, very excited.
As yes, Leah, you are actually very close to where you want to be.
Yeah, I'm very happy. She's like so overwhelmed. She's like, I'm like face completely blank. She's just like so happy.
We really did just abandon that other job at this point. Unless there's a portal back, we're probably not returning, are we?
No, at this point.
God, this group is literally just your group is literally the definition of ADHD. I'm about to start something and never finish it.
You had this plan, so don't give us that. We're sitting on this map for an hour.
I didn't realize that's the problem. But yeah. So as he opens the door, you guys can move your tokens, you're free to. And also there's a token for the group that's like right here. Whenever there's like a scene of an individual person, I'll just move that to a spot where everybody can see, so that everybody can see what that person's dealing with, like if there's combat or anything. Also, I'd like everybody to roll me initiative just now because I know you all, and you know, on the quote unquote off chance that combat starts, click on your tokens, then roll initiative.
Oh.
I'll fix it to whatever you rolled first, but I just need everybody to do that so that I
Token.
can
Have a
think.
place for us. Help.
Oh yeah, you're on the road. I'll just say you roll and then I'll put your token on myself. Leah.
Wait, I'm very confused. Okay, so I see this map.
Yeah.
What's happening? How do I click on the tokens?
You should be able to click on your own token and then roll initiative on Roll20 on D&D Beyond on your character sheet.
Why is Oren gone?
Oren's in the. Is Oren dead?
His token.
I'm right
I don't
here.
see his token.
It's right under Azazel.
Oh, you moved under Azazel after I moved on top of you.
Yeah, he bought him for Azazel for a bit.
I can't move or touch my token, Ren.
Nani desu?
What?
I have to check why that is.
I don't watch anime, guys. I don't get like 80% of these references.
Good.
That wasn't even
Stay
a reference.
ignorant.
That was
It was
actual
just
Japanese.
Yeah, that was just words.
I also
I mean,
don't speak
it's
Japanese,
a Toyota
so this
reference.
is relevant.
I'm sorry, that just that just took me back. All right, let me check your character token, and because on your character token it's saying that you have control, but I need to see your actual character sheet to see if you have control, because for some reason it is a lie.
You're not trying to
Omi
claim
wa mo
he has full control.
shingaru.
You've made a mistake.
Nani?
Nani?
How is Enoch in the room, but nobody else can go through that damn door?
Okay, you should have control over your token. Like, you're on your phone, right?
No, I'm on my laptop.
Then I don't know. Where's your
Here's a-
token?
Are you using Chrome right now or Firefox?
Okay, it just gave me control. Hold on.
Okay.
I just got control.
Yeah, you're able to move it. I was like, you moved from your spot. Why are you saying you can't do it?
No, I literally just got control.
I
I was
understand, I
trying to move it. Now, okay, so now
Okay.
how do I roll initiative?
Click on your token and then roll initiative on roll 20. D beyond me. Just on your character sheet, after clicking on your token, roll initiative.
So
Okay.
if you've got it set to where you can move around, you should just be able to click initiative.
Bora continues to be the most reactive monk alive.
Oh yes. I mean, I was sitting here just like, why does all of the names sound familiar? And then I looked at the map and realized just where we are, and it's like, oh, okay, I would know this place, or at least the location where we are on a map.
What do you mean?
The monastery. We're like near the monastery.
Oh, yeah. You're relatively close. Whether that gives Bora more anxiety or less is a different thing altogether.
Yeah. So, kind of backtracking slightly, hearing the nearest towns, Bora's hair, as it's down right now, kind of lifts up in a weird mist that shows stress.
Sure.
That's pretty much it. Only different.
Gets within 100 miles of her monastery, immediately wants to run away.
Pretty much.
Alright. So, yeah.
That's where we are.
You're able to move your token, so you guys can either move towards the doors of the bath or like any of the changing rooms which are along this hall, or go down this path to go towards the rooms to drop off your stuff.
Yeah, Bora can go put her stuff down first. So.
Yeah, where's the stuff?
Yeah. As you guys enter in, you see this dwarfen, very fine armor, sitting in a rocking chair in front of a hearth. Two halflings in cloaks, just sort of talking amongst themselves. A gnome in very flamboyant merchant's clothing, sitting next to this blue-skinned elven woman with dark hair, seemingly talking to her about some kind of invention. And behind the bar is what seems to be some kind of maid, just pouring out drinks.
So this is where I'll perform then.
Sorry, what was that?
So this is where I'll perform then.
The man follows up and he says, "Yes, this is where you'd be performing. Just in any spots you'd like. It's a open space, gives you room to move about. But we won't need you until later on in the night. So for now, you can go use any of the complimentary things we have within the... Sorry, any complimentary services we provide within the temple. We have massages and oils and acupuncture that we can do for you. There's the bathhouse, which has a very detoxifying thing. All the food here is natural and acts as detoxifying agents for any impurities within the body. We even have a garden off on the other door over at the entrance. For any of the...
Lovely.
As you guys get closer and closer, he just keeps leading you to like this woman over here who opens the door. Give me a moment. The music's loud?
Bora's gonna walk towards the room, and, is Leah following?
Yeah. Leah's just kind of like, I want to go to the bath. Find me a place to put my
Yeah.
stuff so we can go to the bath.
Yeah,
Let's put the
Bora's
individual...
Bora was gonna ask
thing.
if she wanted to go to the bath.
Okay.
So we go put our stuff down first.
I mean,
Tyler's gonna ask this dude if he has any way to get a message to his mom.
Mommy.
in what capacity? I mean, we unfortunately we don't have a courier service available. Okay,
I don't think a courier would help you very much in this situation.
So the two
you need a
rooms.
type of magical way.
This is one of the rooms that you guys have access to, over at the north here,
Ring again. Okay.
and the other one's over here by where Leah was, over the bottom.
Wait. Okay. And these are like rooms like we brought?
That are being paid for by the services of Henna Performing, yes.
Okay, cool.
Let me just unlock them for you.
Laura's gonna go the top one.
Leah's just trailing after Bora at this point.
Okay.
Yo, this is the girls' room.
Yep. Just torches, just general.
The girls' gays and they's room.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
the entire party would be in one room.
I was gonna say everybody
Everybody
except Azazel.
Yeah. Why is there a circle?
Hmm?
There is a
Oh,
circle.
sorry. Wrong room.
Sorry, that's the summoning circle room with the sacrifices.
Yeah, we're the. This is actually a cult room. No, the circles are the ones that I marked down to remember which rooms were taken.
Okay.
What if
Hey,
I read your
hey, we
letter,
wanna
but I
go
can't
back
get
now.
out?
No, it's this room over here. Too bad you're
we are
trapped in
I
there.
can't leave.
Only I can make sure you leave.
We walk into somebody else's room and they lock us in.
Yeah. Totally. Yay. Okay.
Stop moving your tokens. You absolute
Thank you.
freaks. There.
That is the weirdest lighting dynamic I have seen happen yet.
What do you mean?
What?
With where I've stepped out, over here is lit up.
Cute. Nice. Also, I
But it's
like
black
how
in
we can
between
go
where
down-
I am.
Yeah, here's the problem with the dynamic lighting. I can basically block you off from rooms as if the doors were like shut or locked, but I can't really do so with windows because you guys can see on the other side, and you guys can sort of just jump out the windows anytime you'd like, so technically you can walk through the windows.
Yeah.
Whee!
Uh,
Window!
Yeah, after putting Bora's stuff down in the room, she's gonna head to the bath.
Alright, who's taking which of you are taking the north room and who's taking the south room?
I'm going wherever.
Yeah, there's also, you guys know, Kyler, you're walking by a kobold who's currently, looks like he's trying to lock pick one of the doors. And just grumbling to himself.
Just in his head, I'm going to whisper, "Did you lose your key, mate?"
No response, but a slow turn back towards you.
Just calmly looking there. I didn't stutter.
Did he say this telepathically?
No. I say I didn't stutter out loud.
Okay. No,
Start
I'm
right immediately.
I'm just trying to fix the lock.
Are you sure? It looks more like you're trying to open the lock.
He just sort of nudges his head towards the maid that's like literally 10 feet away, just sweeping up. I'm good, but I'm not that good to have somebody be staring at me and not get caught. I'm just fixing the place up. I'm one of the employees.
She doesn't seem to be paying much attention.
I'm one of
Profile.
I'm one of the employees here.
You kobold racist.
Yeah, some profile going on here. The fuck?
Yeah.
Did that come from the person who looked at Ganassi books, trying to determine if I was a mass murderer?
By race?
Based on my race?
Yep, it fully did.
No shame, just yes.
Sorry, this is a female kobold. I was playing that wrong. All that female voice. There.
I really want to hear your female kobold voice.
Hello. It's sort of like not the brave. Except I cannot hold this voice forever because it will kill me, and I'm still recovering from my sore throat, so this will actively kill me.
I nominate that Kyler's not allowed to sleep in the same room as me or Leah.
What was that? Who and Kyler?
Kyler's not allowed to sleep in the same room as Henna or Leah.
Okay, so I guess Kyler is taking the south room. Who else is in the south room?
Are we just doing
Yeah,
boys
let's
and
just
girls
split
rooms?
it. Let's just split
I mean, there are
it.
8 of you, so it can be 4 and 4 in whatever thing you want to do, in whatever capacity.
Look, we'll take Orin. He's beige enough.
The shit.
All right, so it's gonna be the ladies and Orin, and then Kyler, Azazel, Sir Dilf, and Enoch.
I think we probably should take Sir Dilf as well, because I don't think we should leave him alone in a room with Kyler.
Kyler,
Yeah.
Azazel, Enoch, and Sir Dilf.
You know, does Azazel really want to
But
sleep with
what
Enoch,
evidence
though?
do you have that you shouldn't leave Sir Dilf with Kyler?
Oh,
we
that
don't.
is a good
Serial
thought,
killer.
though.
So far you have Enoch and a serial killer in the same room. Like, do you
Yeah.
want to leave anybody in the
Look.
room with them?
Let's just let's let Kyler and Enoch sit in the same room. Everyone else shares 2 beds.
It's crazy has its benefits.
Look,
What's
I'm
called?
fully okay with being swaddled again.
I was gonna say it's basically like 3 people per bed.
Yeah.
It is Bora and her harem in the north room, and then the Magnus duo in the south.
I don't need a lot of space. Just swaddle me again. I'm good.
God.
Now, I do
boy.
need to ask you guys, is it a wise decision to leave the 2 people who literally sow chaos everywhere they go
In the same room, yes.
unchaperoned?
Yes.
Unchaperoned.
You know who's gonna be able to resist mind worms?
Orin.
The one who already has them.
Exactly.
Okay.
You
Here's
might want
what
to
we
be
can
careful
do.
speaking in Enoch's head. You don't know who will talk back.
Yeah, really.
Here's what we can do. We can
Don't know
have
who will talk
Kyler, Enoch, and Orin in the same room. We're protecting
Any
the ones
better?
that matter. We're protecting the ones that matter.
Wow.
Wow. Just fucking filthy.
The
Oh, God.
shade.
Don't you worry, apprentice.
You actually got him.
I love you.
God, Zane.
Joke.
That was fucking ruthless.
Bestie!
I think that's
It was
worthy
a
of
joke.
negative inspiration.
No, it's fine. It's hilarious.
It was a joke. I love him.
Yeah. Jokes. Haha, you're so beige.
You're so beige that you're safe from madness and chaos.
Exactly.
If anything, he's like a nice calm shade of blue.
Alright, so I need to know who is in the south room. I know that Kyler and Enoch. Is anybody else there, or is it going to be 3 people per bed in the north room?
Guess I gotta be the
The
damn
bed.
babysitter.
Yay.
You put Azazel down there.
Yeah, I was
too.
gonna say
No.
Azazel will stick with them because he doesn't want to leave Enoch Orin alone with Enoch and Kyler, or at least Enoch.
So
thank you.
it did end up splitting.
Yeah,
Which room is it?
south, like the very bottom right.
So the girls get Dilf
Not
Daddy.
open.
Yes, the girls and Dilf Daddy. That's clearly not going to feed into Kyler's paranoia.
It's clearly not going to have Tyler sitting there psychically probing him harder.
Yeah, you are an old man in a room with 3 young girls. Tell me that it doesn't seem wrong.
Especially
like-
the fact they are openly talking about, hey, let's go take a bath together.
Mhm.
I like to imagine that this whole room splitting conversation happened in character.
Probably.
Everyone who matters.
I want to imagine that like everybody who matters part when you left is just Orin walks out into like the bar area, and then Bora chases after like, no, I'm joking, I love you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's
Tyler
what
is
I
standing there staring at her. That is your bestie!
Yeah.
Enoch just gives a look to the apprentice with a smile as one eye drifts off in another direction.
That is your bestie. You are consigning to madness.
At least y'all
I
know
love
my
it.
jokes are very quickly to not be able to tell this
Yeah.
joke.
All right, so I just want to know, anybody who's wearing armor, are you leaving your armor and weapons in the rooms? Because you guys have the keys to the room, so you can lock it and then go about as you'd like.
Laura's taking literally only the darts that are on her little arm thingy. That's all the weapons she's bringing with her.
She just has her arm bandolier and she takes it to the bath with her.
Yeah, like, that's the one thing she's not taking off.
All right.
Yeah, Hannah's gonna bring her loot with her, but otherwise leave everything else.
I will take my beautiful, lustrous loot into the bath with me. Leah?
Look, I've
very
been
steamy bath.
damaged. When it comes to losing my loot,
Fair
it's
enough.
never gonna happen again.
What about Leah?
Would you like Enoch to carry it for you?
No.
He's gonna fully undress, like no body shame, and just bring Ta. Like just Ta.
Are you gonna
Not
walk
even a
through
towel?
an entire temple naked?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is she just going in the buff?
Like a towel or a robe is offered, she's gonna put that on.
Yeah, there are towels in the room.
Yeah, so she'll take that and just wrap it around and then grab Ta and be like, let's go, and then just start walking.
Then yeah, the only thing Bora's walking out with is the little arm dangle that holds 3 darts.
All right. Sir Dilf takes off his armor and he's just walking around with like a towel around his waist.
Psychic probe, psychic probe, psychic probe, psychic probe.
How do you even know?
I like to think he waited outside as the girls were getting undressed.
He did, And then once you guys,
Once they stepped out is when he stepped in.
yeah, once you guys stepped out, he stepped in. It took him like 1 minute, then he came back out in that. And the best way, I almost want to imagine, like, the best way to describe it is almost like he looks exactly like Hiddlebert's like father from the clip you showed me, Zane.
Yes! I
Like
knew
in
it.
terms of physique.
Yeah!
I don't.
And
Oh
only
god, he's
instead of-
Godbird.
Only instead of small clothes, it's literally towel.
Yeah, it's just a towel instead of just like tiny shorts.
I just want
Let
to
me get the
imagine.
clip. Let me get the
as-
clip so everyone knows.
I want to imagine as he comes out and they see his muscular physique and everything, they
I'm a step
suddenly
ahead
look
of
to
you,
the
there's a
side
gap.
and there's old orc Enoch in just a towel, like the smallest towel he could find, kind of barely around his
No.
waist.
Yeah, there's. He's like,
Leah's gonna high five. Leah's gonna high five Enoch and be like, show that body positivity.
yeah, he's like this old. He's like the saggy old orc man, just hobbling along like, I'm coming along.
Like folds upon folds, like wrinkles.
Yeah, everything is sagging and drooping.
Hannah wants to go and poke one of the folds.
You poke one of the folds, then they jiggle.
Yes! Like, pure curiosity was poke.
All I'm imagining right now is she goes to poke one of the folds and it like opens up like a mouth and eats her hand.
Nom.
And it's just this like warm, fleshy mouth masticating her hand with no teeth.
God.
I don't like that.
All right. What about Kyler? How is he going into the bath if he's planning on going?
Kyler would first sit there, like poking his eye and just one eye around the corner, watching Dilf Daddy with suspicion, and just staring. Sees him come out with the
Towel.
Godbert bod,
Yeah.
and immediately just you jerk, and just psychically bombarding his brain, calling him a pervert.
Just screeches in his head.
Yes. And then Kyler would go, and finally everybody would get to see that he doesn't understand what shame is.
Okay, so he comes out in the buff.
He has his towel thrown over his shoulder. He has the towel to dry.
And while you're walking, magically a towel appears around your waist, but you don't feel anything on around your waist.
I'm sure I would feel it hitting my legs and be like, this is in the way.
No, you actually don't. You just see it. You see something around you, like a towel around you, but you don't physically feel it.
Like I will reach and pat and be like,
and you feel yourself.
Yeah, it's just illusionary.
I guess someone's not comfortable with their body and just keeps walking.
As you keep walking, it's just like every once in a while, it's just lagging behind just by like a smidge. Like when your outfit in like a game just sort of like clips behind you, just like half a frame behind.
Oh, I should let you know that Kyler right now is walking with all of the fury, power, and magical speed of a gay on a mission.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah.
He's at a dead sprint everywhere to get to this.
Okay,
bath.
are we talking like
Are we
talking like theater gay, or are we talking like just on a power walking gay?
We are talking theater gay in a mall trying to get to point B, and there are slow people in front of him.
Okay, I get it. Yeah. Okay, so a lot of sass and a lot of speed.
This is a midriff speed.
It is like I am the water version of Sonic the Hedgehog, but walking.
Sure. Kyler himself is pretty lean. What about Orin? Is he going to the bath or?
Yeah, he'll go to the bath.
Alright. Zezel is also going to go to the bath, and he's just got the towel like around his waist, and you guys finally
Bottom room still isn't open, the door.
Huh?
The door to the bottom room still isn't open.
Yeah, you haven't opened our bedroom.
What? You're in it, Orin.
Yeah, I went through the window.
I broke in through the window. Ah, I see. Like any of you really do.
That's ironic. The least chaotic one of the bunch ran all the way around the side and broke into the window after he found the door was locked.
Like, I really wish that you actually did that.
That just seems like an Enoch thing to do.
Fair enough. You got me there. I was like, oh yeah, I clearly opened it because I see Orin there. It's like, no, I broke in through the window. Oh, I see.
No, I broke in. I said, "Fuck your door."
Sure. So all of you.
It's not my fault the windows are permeable.
All right, all of you squat up, either attempting to be fully naked or have Kyler stop breaking in everywhere. Just chill before I block up all the windows.
Damn it, that was the wrong window. I was trying to break in to get back.
Nope, you almost broke into a different patron's window. But yeah, you guys all make your way back. You guys can all move your tokens back to like the main foyer area if you want.
Yeah, Henna and I are waiting.
Yeah, we've been here. We're hyped for the bath.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for the door to open.
Okay.
I tried every door in this room and it was like, aw.
Oh my god. Leah's no clipping through a wall. But yeah, eventually
I completely lost track of my character.
off to the left.
Off to the left? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I'm there now. There we go.
I moved her.
Thank you, because I was like, I was trying to move, and then you just
Yeah, you ended up in a corner, but because I have it where you can't move through the darkness, you were basically trying to move through nothing, and Leo was just walking into a wall like an NPC.
She was like really into a conversation with Ta.
Apparently, she just kept bumping into the wall and just kept trying to move through it.
She just the same walk cycle even.
Pretty much. But yeah, eventually you guys get over to the thing and open up the door, and voila.
Yay.
and you are greeted with the bathhouse. This large expanse with this absolutely massive steaming pool, greeting you with warm water.
That's. I can stretch my legs out in here.
Oh no! Stretch his legs out. Oh, fucking demon!
I
Or is
take my
it,
elbow off my shoulder and set it where that bright blue square is, and I'm just straight up diving under the surface.
Sure, it's deep enough for you to
Enough do
dive.
that? Okay, good.
Leah's
Yeah,
gonna just
we're,
lay on the surface, starfish, with like Ta, like not on her chest, but like kind of like I assume Ta is actually off in a corner. She's just fully starfish.
Yeah, Ta's not a big fan of water, so just sort of chilling in the corner.
Bora's gonna sit in a corner for a while.
All right. Azazel just like dead man floats on the water.
I love the fact that you like encased Henna with your legs.
Enoch extendo legs his lower body underneath the water. As Henna, you just see like legs approaching you and see it's Enoch.
I'm unfazed. Completely unfazed.
There is,
Enoch has
however,
broken Hannah by this point, hasn't
there is also now a Tyler sleeping under the water.
Yeah, you just
He's
go
just like, oh, this reminds me of home.
Yeah, you just go underneath the water and just sort of lay there. Azazel just dead man floats on the water face down.
One is dead man floating on top of the water. The other one is like straight up dead body for a few weeks at the bottom of the water.
Yep.
Bora will eventually, after a couple minutes, go over to Leah and say, "Hey, I think I'm ready to talk to you about the thing."
Leah's gonna kind of scramble up and be like, "Would you like to go somewhere private? I understand emotional conversations are sometimes best left in a sense, like kind of like one of those things where it's like somebody had to tell her that you don't have like really private conversations in like a crowded room, and so she kind of just reiterates that."
Mm.
It's fine. I think everyone should learn eventually.
Would you care for me to join you?
How do I lower the sound on it? Because it's super loud that I can't even
Yeah.
hear anymore.
Go all the way to the right, and then master music volume level, and you can turn it to whatever you need.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
But
Wait,
yeah,
no,
I
hold on.
just muted my computer.
fair enough. What's called? Gaston, like, just sort of floats floats over towards you two and says, "Would you care for me to accompany you on your journey for conversation?"
Leah's gonna turn and be like, "We have to ask Boris permission for Bora wants to relieve these things. If Bora says no, then no." Then turns to Bora and just stares at Bora. So I assume just both of them are staring at Bora.
Yeah.
She just kind of shrugs and is like, "Look, I'll eventually have to say the same thing to Az when I have to have that conversation." I'd
Just
rather-
bubbles pop, like, going up from the water since you're next to Azazel saying this.
Yeah,
What?
it's
Bubbles
like,
is back?
no. Like she's just gonna shrug. Like, I don't care how many of you listen. I have a lot of things I need to say. And
Leah's
it's
gonna
best.
just climb out of the water then, because Bora's not in the water, so she's gonna just climb out fully naked. Just doesn't care. It's just gonna.
water.
You're in the water.
Yeah, I waded over to you guys.
Yeah, she's in the water next to you.
Oh, at least you were out of the water. Okay, then yeah, she's gonna just like turn to Bora then and give full attention to Bora.
Yeah. She's going to kind of hand through her hair and say, so, I'm sure you noticed, back in the Feywild, certain emotions towards me make me freak out a little bit. I knew a man. I don't know if you'll know him. His name was Jacques LeBlanc.
Do I know him?
No.
Okay.
No.
He was
my
actually
God.
your best friend in kindergarten, though. It's fine. It's fine.
No.
That guy owes Enoch eggs.
You know what? Enoch might know him, but only Enoch.
But yeah, basically, I was dating him for a while, but he wasn't listening to me. She kind of gets this distant look in her eye for a second. It got to the point my sister intervened, and one day I took her advice, and I went out on my own when I thought he was still out on a fishing trip. And I was wrong. He came home early, and in my attempt to break up with him in an alleyway, he gave me this scar. And she points to the scar on her face. It's a longer story than that, yes, but it's hard
Leah's
for me to say.
fully enraged. Like, fully, like, she very rarely lets emotions come across her face. But she's fully, like, enraged, and she's currently, like, cycling through.
Hello?
I think you cut out.
Yeah, you cut out. Lana?
Well, she's dead.
Well, apparently. She just
died
like,
from
Leah
rage.
is so enraged she insta-dies. He's like, well, hey, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Aneurysms
We
with
all heard
rage.
this.
Like, you guys are in a bathhouse that, like, it's like a sauna kind of area, so, like, there's hot water, like, coming up. She just, like, had a heat stroke and just passed out in the water. She's now being carried off by Sir Dilf.
No, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Were we all like within hearing range of this information?
I don't know how loud Bora's being, but she said she wasn't being silent.
She've been talking normal.
What's the last thing you heard from me?
The last thing we heard is that Leah was getting so enraged, and then you cut out.
Oh, okay. She was just kind of like.
I'd say
So
probably.
Leah's just like forming a list of hitmen and their success rates and like statistics of how many kills they have in her head. And, like,
Enoch the
figured out
Hitman at
which
your
one-
service.
Yeah, which one is the best one for the current situation she's in? But she's not going to tell Bora that. So
Okay.
she's going to just go and like attempt to like put her hand over Bora's hand. And,
I'd
like,
probably
her
say
cat
that.
thing.
I'd probably say everybody that is not named Kyler can hear Bora say this, mainly because Kyler's underwater. Enoch, even though he can hear it, he might not be registering it.
Leah just sees a little business card floating on the water.
It just floats up.
Services.
Floats up next to her.
Henna's gonna gently tap Enoch's leg that's floating nearby and go, next time we're in Highmore, I have a job for you.
So,
Okay, Queen.
what is
idiot.
Dilf Daddy's thoughts about all of this, though?
I mean, he's not saying anything at the moment.
I didn't say saying, I said what are his thoughts.
Do you cast Detect Thoughts?
I mean, I've been psychically connected to him since we met him,
What's
just to torment him.
it called? Telepathy and being able to read thoughts are two different things.
He can also talk back to me.
He can talk back to you, but he hasn't said anything telepathically to you. His thoughts are not necessarily broadcast to you.
So what I am going to do, since I'm fairly certain I know they're all gathered there, the Mind Worm is going to ask Dilf Daddy, what is going on? Why are we all gathering over here again?
Why are we gathering? We are here to bathe.
I meant, why is everybody gathering over in that little area of water? I know you're kind of slow, but...
Roll persuasion check.
Wow, that's one of the bad ones for me.
I will reveal nothing to you, Brainworm. You will not get any information out of me.
Oh, good boy.
We can go back to singing terrible songs.
I would endure 1,000 more terrible renditions of Beyonce than give you any information upon my charge.
Oh.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Pathetic
Life is-
attempt. I will not fall to the forces of chaos.
Are you
Already
saying,
nearly
you
killed
saying
yourself
all this out loud?
Yeah, he's saying all this out loud.
Can I do an investigation check then?
Yeah, I think at first Bora would be really like insulted that was his first verbal response to her being really open and vulnerable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can I do an investigation check to see what the fuck's going on with him?
You can roll an insight.
Okay.
Also, remember,
I
Bora,
also
his
would like to
first
do
words
that.
is, "We're here to bathe."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she would be so insulted. It's like,
Don't tell me your personal shit.
Cool, what do I get with a... Do I understand that Kyler is now a fucking brainworm with a 21?
No, you can... Again, you don't know about... You have no confirmation about the psychic link. All you know is that it seems that whatever this brainworm is trying to get information out of him. Both you and Henna can realize that. It seems like he's trying to get...
Very concerned for our DILF.
It seems that he's...
Mia's gonna immediately get really concerned because this is the first she's learned of it, so she's gonna think that, like, Bora's ex did something to this man to try to get information on Bora.
Oh my god. Your ex was a powerful wizard, clearly.
Yeah, Leah's gonna just be like, I need you to move away from Delph Daddy. Was he a powerful wizard? And, like, start running through these things of, like, very much concerned. What have you said around Delph Daddy? Don't give him any information. I, like, feel like...
she's gonna just set her hands on her shoulders and say, Leah, he was a piss poor fisherman. He spent all of his money on fine clothes. He doesn't have money to afford a person.
Why does the brainworm want to know about our conversation?
It keeps threatening to sing terrible songs to me if I do not explain as to why myself, Leah, my charge, the young lady and the gentleman who's...
You wanna touch my tra-la-la.
and the and the gentleman who's clearly dead in the water are gathered here in the corner.
Oh, fuck. Have we introduced ourselves to Gaston yet?
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't know our name!
I thought he knew Leah's name.
No, he knows none of your names.
Leah's gonna
no.
fully, like, realize that at this point and, like, turn to Bora and be like, I can have a list of men go after this man in a second, but I understand sometimes vengeance needs to be enacted by the person themselves. Would you prefer if you enacted vengeance upon this man yourself, or if he was dead in a certain amount of days?
I would rather do it myself.
Leah's gonna nod and be like, we will be as much assistance as possible. Then turn to Gaston and be like, my name is Leah.
I ask that you do not give me any more information, as I fear the brainworm will try and get more information out of me.
Leah
I'm
nods.
gonna whisper in his head, the one with the loot is Henna.
He looks towards you, Henna. It seems the brainworm knows your name.
Well, that could mean lots of things. Not many bode well, to be honest.
The one
It is
face
my name, though.
couples is Azazel.
He looks towards the dead body, towards Azazel, and he says, the dead body, it apparently knows the dead body's name.
The traumatized one is Bora.
How do
Wait,
you
how
know
does
my
he
name?
know our names?
How do
Because
know
you
my name?
were the
mine.
fools that introduced yourselves to me.
No,
It's
I
not
didn't
pretty
know
for
that.
nothing. That's it.
You're,
It was
you only
only
know
Henna.
my name. Yeah.
Henna also said, Henna and Leah both said their names and said, this is Bora.
No?
I heard you guys talk about Orin, Azazel, and Enoch.
Oh, then I think those were out of character, but I think at least Azazel's, Enoch's, and Orin's name has not been mentioned.
I know that at least Henna and Leah were directly mentioned in front of Kyler.
Well, it doesn't matter if it was, because now you do know Leah, because Leah just told Gaston anyway.
Yeah.
So
I'm across the pool underwater.
Yeah.
yeah, but Gaston now knows, so I assume you now know. So
Not really.
Unless he thinks it out loud.
oh,
I'm also going to do this. What I am going to do is, because I've heard the names, but they never introduced themselves to me, the one with the really long legs is Orin.
And it knows that creature's name as well.
So, my laptop kind of died.
Fuck your technology.
Yeah, pretty much. I tried to did I cut out this time? So I tried to, end the call and get out, and yeah, Discord's been stuck on the same screen.
I want to imagine Bora would just having a white noise moment where everybody's talking and she just tunes everybody out. She's like,
Yeah.
sorry, what were we talking about? Just thinking only about Jacques.
Yeah, let's just say that's what's going on.
Sure.
Leah's gonna just try to maneuver Bora to the edge of the pool so that she can kind of climb out and sit behind Bora and ask for permission to play with her hair, because that's been a really common thing she's realized that people like.
All right. Azazel there, still floating dead, and so Gaston just looks towards Azazel's body and says, "Should we fish the corpse out of the water?
He's not dead.
No person can hold their breath that long.
He's completely dead.
He's clearly dead."
Look, he's the Zion. We all need to breathe.
He just looks at you and says, "Understood."
I am also going to have him have the brain sug. There's actually 2 dead bodies in here. The one that was wearing the white robes has been underwater since y'all got in the pool.
But that one is a Triton. Clearly, he's alive.
Are you sure he's a Triton? He doesn't have any fish scales.
By the way, Orin and Kyler are getting, Kyler's underwater, but Orin and Kyler are getting, pure double-cheeked up on a Tuesday from Gaston.
That's okay. At some point, I'm going to try to project an image into his head, and I want it to be that last gif of Godbert that I sent.
So, of him just running?
No. Check the chat.
Oh, let me see. Oh. That's cursed. Okay.
But after a
Curse
minute,
to some
she'll
is
kind
blessed
of-
to others.
She'll kind of, Bora's gonna just kind of kick Azazel's just lightly on his side, trying to get his attention.
Bubbles start forming. He just flips over. What do you need?
I need to talk to you.
Privately or publicly?
It's up to you.
That is up to you.
Well, I don't know if you heard anything I just said, but
Bits and pieces. I was my ears were halfway underwater, so it was also rushing water in my ear canal.
okay. Well, basically, I just want to say I'm sorry if I've made you feel bad or anything.
That you made me feel bad. I mean, that slap the other day when we were halfway buried wasn't nice. You are roboting.
We've got a pretty bad storm running through.
Yeah,
so
I can
we
understand.
might actually be losing power.
Oh no.
Let me move my phone real quick.
As that's happening, Leah's mouthing over to Henna, oh my god, he's actually such a dick.
Nods. Lots of nodding.
And she's just combing Bora's hair.
Yeah, like I'm just behind him. Like she just told us that she was assaulted by her ex, and he's like, all this. Like she's fully not happy.
Well, he also
Like,
said that I only heard bits and pieces because he had water in his ears.
Yeah, Leah doesn't care. She fully doesn't care.
Do I sound?
Henna is happy that Leah's finally on this Azazel Sucks train because she's been on it for a hot minute. Meanwhile, I'm also attempting to use Enoch legs like pool noodles.
Mm-hmm. Sure, using them as pool noodle jump ropes.
Yeah.
But
I'm completely
can y'all hear me a little better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Awesome.
what was Boris?
Basically, she was saying, look, I have a lot of things I'm sorry about. I react before I can really think because of what I just told these two, but I guess you didn't hear.
What I heard was you saying something about you dating someone and about a piss poor fisherman, but I didn't hear much more else than that.
Yeah, basically, I thought I could trust him, but I spent quite a while isolated and being injured regularly. So when I have a sort of interest in someone, I react to try and get them to not like me first. And I'm sorry. I know it's not a good thing.
Look, Bora, you're fine. I can take a lot of abuse, and you have some things and some demons to deal with. You have some demons to face, and I understand that. I'm glad that you understand why you're doing it. You're at least figuring out a way to address those issues, and hopefully you can deal with the root cause. I also see you mouthing something back there. He just sort of looks towards Leah, who's just mouthing dick to Henna. And just
I'm just
staring
gonna
at
turn to him and be like, stop being mean to her!
What?
Leah's gonna just pull Bora closer. She's still like fully nude, but Bora's given her permission, so Leah doesn't really see the difference between like clothes or no clothes. Like much like Tyler in that respect. It's just gonna be like, stop being mean! What's wrong with you?
Henna from across the pool just yells, "Preach!"
Azazel just like...
Why do you think he's being mean?
What? Azazel just like completely like expressionless, like... What? Like, I where did this twist come from? I'm mean. Stop being mean to her. Wait, what? What's going on? How do we get from point A to point B?
Like, you listen to your mate when they talk.
What?
Okay, let's review that sentence and tell you where you're wrong.
From the sidelines, you just hear Oren coughing like he spit out some water, like spit tape.
I am lost on all regards of what is happening. Where does this conversation go? What is happening that I deserve this?
While all of this is going down, my idea for the new change of song in Dilf Daddy's head is perfect. He now hears that I need a hero.
God.
As loudly as possible.
I need a hero, and you're psychically projecting the entire scene of Shrek.
Including the fairy godmother.
Yeah.
But it's superimposed with Aura's face instead of fairy godmother.
No. It's the fairy godmother, but it's Enoch, and it's Prince Charming, but it's Orin.
Yes!
Who's Shrek?
That's clear.
Azazel?
Yeah, Azazel, I was about to say. And clearly the giant gingerbread man is Henna.
Any scene that has Princess Fiona is replaced by Orin.
Orin is both Prince Charming and Princess Fiona.
I think you said Bora for Prince Charming.
Yeah, he did, but I figured it'd be funny if he was both. But yeah, either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going on. All right.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's gonna
Leah.
just say,
Please explain.
Leah, we are not. Okay?
He's gonna be like, why not? Are you not attracted to one another?
Okay.
Leah, let me ask you a better question, Leah. Why do you use the word mate?
Yeah, that's a better question.
That is a better question.
It's a much better question.
Leah's gonna just be like, I don't know. Like, that's just what I've heard been called is mates. You have a life mate, you have platonic mates, you have, like, that's just how it is.
Boy, mate.
Well, you see,
There's also another
The
term called
implication-
partner.
yeah, I personally would prefer the term partner if you're gonna try to say that, but we're not together.
Do you not want to be? Do both of you not want to be?
Just gonna stop.
Okay, if Bora's not gonna talk, then Leah's gonna put her full attention onto Azazel then.
She's looking at Azazel, and
The dark navy blue tips are turning red.
Azazel looks towards Leah and then looks towards Bora and then back to Leah, and he says, Leah, you care about Bora, correct?
Correct.
After what Bora just said, do you think that it is best that she jumps into a relationship without dealing with this issue first? The thing that's causing her the most pain?
I was under the impression that you both were sort of already in something.
What we do is called at best flirting. At other times, it is called just being mean.
I'm sorry, okay. I'm trying to get better.
Oh, no, don't worry. You're not the mean one. He points towards Henna. She's the mean one.
Leah's also looking at Henna, like, mouthing the word flirted. Like, flirted. Like, she's just kind of like, she knows what it is, but she's trying to be like, this was flirted. Like, I've seen flirting. It usually results in, like, copulation. I'm very confused.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna shake her head. Just,
Whatever stick is up her ass to hate me is a different story. You were, like you said, you were dealing with your own things. Leah,
Maybe
you
it's
are
because
the
there's not a stick up her ass that she hates you.
Yeah, Leah's gonna be like, stick up her ass? Like, that's a sexual thing. What the fuck is happening? Like, Leah's very concerned.
it's not my fault you are the way you are. I had nothing to do with that.
So yeah. The
Why
signal
are
at
you
our
just
house
so
is probably gonna
mean?
get
And then he just shakes his head and then turns towards Leah.
Leah's gonna just be like, what's the stick up ass? Like, that's a sexual thing, no? Like, she's gonna completely
No.
divert the thing. Like, now
No.
she's very
Okay.
interested in
Okay.
the whole stick up
Leah,
ass thing.
Leah, focus on me. Focus on me for a moment. Stick up the ass means that someone is being very uptight. Do you know what that is?
Leah's like, yeah, I get called uptight all the time at school.
Yes. Another way somebody could call you, and it's not right for them to call you that, but another way that someone could call you is having a stick up your ass.
Leah's like, I've seen people have stick up their asses, though. They're not really uptight.
Not in the sexual term.
It's a metaphor.
So you stick up your ass in a sexual way. It's not uptight. If you have a stick up your ass
Metaphorically.
in a non-sexual, metaphorically, but
Yes.
But how do you metaphorically stick up your ass during sex then? If we're talking about the metaphorical stick up the ass.
Metaphorical stick up the ass, not
No.
including sex. How does that sound?
Leah's gonna just kind of be like, I need to talk more. I need to talk about copulation more with you because you seem to know more than me.
I don't, but I at least know what the term stick up the ass means.
Boris is holding her face in her hands. Her ears are red. Her face is red.
Leah's gonna be like, I'm sorry I don't know these phrases. Are you calling me stupid?
No, Look, I don't know a lot of things. I am stupid in a lot of respects. What I am saying is that you were under the wrong impression of what that term meant.
I apologize for being under the wrong impression.
That is fine. You don't have to. Okay, I'm just. How about you focus on Bora? You're losing me, and I don't think I'm helping in any way.
Leah's gonna just nod and be like, "Okay, I'm sorry for calling you an asshole," or whatever I called them earlier.
A dick.
I'm sorry for calling you a dick. You were being mean to Bora.
Don't apologize to him.
Don't give him the satisfaction.
Leah's gonna just yell back. Leah's gonna just yell back to
I
Heather
would
and be
like to tell
"Oh,
Dilf Daddy. I want to tell Dilf Daddy that he needs to tell Azazel his dick is small.
God."
No. What? No.
I will not insult a man over his phallus size for you, brainworm. You hold no power here.
You have no power here.
Oh, this gets worse and worse every time.
I love it so much.
And then we are now changing songs to Crazy Frog.
Okay.
I love that this implies that these songs exist in this world.
Oh, they probably do.
Leah's
Crazy-
gonna pat the spot next to her.
I was gonna
for
say,
Azazel
Crazy
to
Frog
come
can
to-
literally exist because so do bullywugs. Or sorry, grungs. Yeah.
Leah's gonna tap the spot next to her for Azazel to come sit and talk more, because now she's fascinated about these little turns of phrases.
Sure, he will indulge you and sit next to you.
Leah's like, okay. And she's also gonna try and like speak in Orin every once in a while to try to see if there's like a difference in Orin or not, like in these turns of phrases.
Yes, because Orin is literally breathing, so he's just teaching you how to say these phrases while breathing.
Yeah, basically.
Just like to say again that the fact that I named Orin and the language is Orin was a complete coincidence.
Oh no, I know. Well, you named him Altorin, then we just shortened it to Orin, and then it just became a funny coincidence.
I'm sorry. I just
Oh, that's fine.
remembered that.
Alright, so I guess
Anyway.
while Azazel and Leah are doing their little terms of phrases and in multiple languages, what is everybody else doing?
Continued attempts at insanity.
Okay,
Bora is
you're
regretting
continuing
opening
to-
up to her friends.
As it started with, I was abused, and ended with, yeah. It started with, I was abused, and is now led to, your friend currently talking to your character's love interest, about sexual terms.
Yeah, she's fully just continuing to let Leah play with her hair as she is just. I regret today.
Leah's gonna turn back to her. She said that she's gonna be like, my offer of assassination still is on the table if you wish.
Wait, sorry, what now? What's happening?
Assassination.
No!
Not you.
I know not me! I hope not me! Why would you say that? Now I'm worried that one of you is gonna put a hitman on me. He looks towards Hannah.
Look, if I'm being honest, that's the entire reason I went to the monastery I did. That's why I want to figure out why I can't figure out my hand of harm. It's because I want to go back to Highmore. And I want to do to him what he did to me. She's gonna just cover the scar on her eye.
Bora, you just see Azazel just sort of cover his eyes and just like swear in Orin, like Orin, and Bora can hear him clearly just saying the words, goddamn fucking hypocrite, you can't even say anything back at this point. Then he's like, ah shit, I forgot you know this language as well. Then he just starts speaking in Abyssal and just starts saying something else. He starts speaking in tongues.
She's gonna laugh and just look at him and say, you know, you saved his life.
How?
You didn't let me try to find him when I had the milk.
He just thinks, no.
I did have the option to give him a swift, merciful dragon death.
Dragon death.
Leah's going to start chanting, "No mercy, no mercy, no mercy."
He just starts like covering Leah's mouth while she's chanting "No mercy," while just looking to Bora and just saying, "Nobody deserves that. Come on."
Never mercy.
Leah's going to do a thumbs up to Hannah.
She's gonna-
What's called Sir Dilf just looks towards Azazel and just says, "Coward."
Look, you don't know the half of what he did to me.
I don't.
What do you think,
And-
coward?
Huh?
I would totally like to think that Sir Dilf thought of calling him a coward first, and it's just, why are you projecting the word coward? What?
Yeah. He's doing it to both the brainworm and then maybe he was trying to say it to the brainworm, but then he said it out loud while looking at it. Oh God! You kept moving. You're in an infinite maze loop.
Enoch's doing old man laps around the pool with very.
Yeah, he's actually doing this at blinding speeds. And then he just a wild motion Darude behind Sir Dilf.
All I'm picturing right now is that as Enoch is doing this, we just hear like 30 different renditions of the Berries and Cream song. From
Oh
Enoch.
God. Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. But yeah, so
I don't know which would drive Sir Dilf mad faster. Me in his head, or Turbo Enoch singing Berries and Cream.
all of the above. So yeah, as it says, I don't have the right to be the voice of morality here, so I will just say think long and hard about what this means after you do what you want. And that's about all I can say. I don't know what he did to you, none of us do, only you do. And while it's infuriating just hearing about that, I understand that you are the one who has the most feelings about this, so no one can judge you for wanting to do that, and even doing it if you choose to. But you will also have to think about what happens afterwards.
She's gonna nod and just say, well, he got away with doing this to me. I should be able to get away with doing that to him.
Does he
Only
still have
right.
his hand covering her mouth?
Yeah, you see him just sort of like bite his lower lip and then just like let go of his hand from your mouth and then just goes back to dead man floating on the water.
Okay, Leah's gonna just turn to Bora and be then, I will make sure you will not get caught.
What?
I'm sure my dad would help.
Leah gives her a thumbs up. She's like, yes, very good.
I have ways
I
to
feel
make
like at the
people
mention of
disappear.
Bora's dad, Azazel would twitch.
Huh?
Bora mumbled, I'm sure my dad would help make sure I don't get caught.
I feel like Azazel would be a little disturbed by that.
He's currently like face down in the water, just like dead man floating again. He just like starts halfway floating between like Sir Dilf and Leah and Henna. Like boop, boop, boop. At this point, you guys see somebody enter the bath. But by the way, like, two maids and, like, this woman with short, like, blonde bob curls were just in the bath while all this was happening, and Enoch was doing his old man Super Saiyan laps.
They're probably afraid to get in the water now.
Yeah, you guys sort of took over the place like a gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oren's gonna call over. Let's try not to get kicked out this time, please.
And yeah, entering the bath, you see this blue-skinned elven woman with jet black hair, just sort of, and a very nice dress, just sort of waltz up and say, sure, and say, greetings to our new guests. How are you liking the bath?
It's lovely.
Enoch will stand up from the pool, giving a thumbs up.
Like full extendo
Is he
legs
not
or
standing to
normal?
his
Full
full
extendo legs,
stretchy
yes.
height? Yeah.
Oh my.
Don't mind him.
Thin
Yeah.
old man legs.
What's called
Full view.
extendo legs just plops, just extendo other things.
I want to imagine he's in like a frog position where knees are kind of bent, so he's not like hitting the ceiling or something.
He's doing this behind Sir Dilf.
Sir Dilf is his little black bar.
Yeah, he is the censor bar in this scene. It's like, interesting. Well, I wish to see if you were enjoying yourselves. You seem to be. I didn't get a chance to ask if you'd like to partake in any of other services. If once you are done with your bath, you can find me or one of my sisters, and we can talk to you about the services we provide here at the Lustrous Iris and what we can do for you as our honored guests.
Honored?
Yes.
Can we do a perception check? I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insight, sure.
Why are we honored guests?
I said insight, but sure, you
Oh,
Henna,
insight? Oh,
Henna,
my bad.
you stare. All you
can't
can
quite
focus.
hear what she said.
Yeah. Bora, all you're thinking about is Jacques. What's called Henna. All you're seeing is either you look to your right. All you see is Extendo Enoch. You look behind you. You see Dead Man floating Azazel. You're focusing on either one of those two. Leah, you can't really tell what's going on with this person. You've just met them, and you're not really the most social person. Enoch, you're doing a religion check. Okay, sure. This is not anybody religious. You don't know. Maybe not. They don't seem to have any kind of religious iconography on them. Kyler, they seem to just be calling you honored guests, like trying to show a term of respect or endearment.
Too late. Murder them.
Yeah.
We've been scarred.
Wait. Let me sell my chaos.
Wait.
The brainworm is going to tell Sir Dilf that they intend harm for Leah, Orin, and Bora.
Roll a deception check.
Yeah.
That one's.
Why would he listen to the brainworm at all?
Yeah, he just says, "I'm onto your tricks, brainworm. You will not make me kill this one." He says out loud.
No.
Like, we're talking about killing women.
She's gonna completely stop everything and look at Dilf Daddy and say, "No."
Indeed, no.
Go take a 10-minute rest underwater.
He looks towards Leah.
No.
Leah's gonna be like, don't take 10 minutes. just go lay on the ground over there.
Okay, he goes over to the ground around here and just lays face down on the ground.
Leah's gonna just kind of be like, okay.
Like he's literally being held up by just his nose.
Leah's gonna ask if that's comfortable for him.
It is not, but you asked me to lay on the surface of this cold textile floor.
However is comfortable to you on the cold textile floor.
All right, he just gets up and just squats.
Okay.
Wait, what kind of squat?
Slav squats.
Hell yeah! I'm sorry, that was very important to me.
I know.
Tyler's going to
Understandable.
continue saying that this woman is a threat.
No response.
Bora's gonna just look at her and say, sorry about all of that. I think I'm about done. Is there anywhere I should meet anyone?
You are free to come meet me in the tavern area when you'd like, or you can meet one of my sisters within the garden if you are up for some training and learning about some of the services we provide.
Training?
Yes, my sister's believes in bodily health, so she does regimen exercises for the guests here to help them strengthen their bodies and thus their minds.
She's gonna pause for a moment and just say, do you know just how far away you are from the Bonachance Brotherhood by chance?
She just sort of cocks her head. I'm not aware with that Bone Chance Brotherhood. Bone Chance? Unfortunately, I'm not aware of what you speak of.
Okay, just, I was curious is all. But, yeah, I'll go out in the garden. Thank you. And she'll slowly stand up, grab her towel.
Alright. You walk out as you just see the scene of Azazel Deadman floating, no sign of Kyler, Orin just over all the way in the back by the, like, floor-to-ceiling window, Enoch Slav squatting with extendo legs, Sir Dilf Slav squatting non-extendo legs, and Leah and Henna just standing, chest out, in the water. Sorry. What's it called? Leah chest out, Henna, shoulders out.
And Orin is just kind of standing there awkwardly in the back.
Yeah, and Orin is just sort of
He's actually
like...
trying to relax.
Yeah, he's just sort of like propped up his shoulders and he's like relaxing a bit.
I mean, Kyler looks like he's trying to relax. He looks like a dead body under the water.
I was gonna say, nobody can see him.
Yeah.
Having some inspiration, Enoch will decide to also get out, so he'll begin taking long steps to get out of the water.
You take one long step and then are out of the water.
With each additional step, his legs shrink a little bit until he's back to normal going down the hallway.
The woman looks toward the water, then back towards Enoch. Right.
Don't question it.
Please.
Don't worry about it.
I have seen a lot of oddities. Trust me, I'm not questioning it.
Anyway, I'm gonna go take a rest before I have to perform tonight.
But, oh, you're the one who, what kind of performance do you give?
I sing and play my lute.
Ah, you're one of those. Okay, then yes, by all means, go and rest up your vocal cords. It was good for you to come to the bath. It helps, soothe the vocal cords with the humidity that's in here.
I appreciate everything. Thank you so much. And
Sort of just nods and lets you go.
I just want to say, I love the way that she said, you're one of them.
yeah, right? Like, experience with bards, have you?
Yeah. You see, we once had a dragon here. Yeah, I think you know the rest.
Dragon.
Leah's gonna send Dilf Daddy after Henna to make sure Henna's okay, and then is gonna go and try and investigate the rest of this place.
All right. You get
she's paranoid as fuck because of the volcano.
Sure. You two. Oh god. The two of you hear a knock on the door, Bora and Henna.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were saying in character.
To the open door.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, it is I. My charge has asked me to see if you are okay. The one named Henna.
I'm fine. Probably don't leave her alone, please. Just for my sanity.
I didn't... Understood. But I must go where my charge asks me. But I will stay by her. And then walks away.
Cora's gonna finish getting dressed. She's gonna get in her,
Sundress?
tank top and shorts.
Okay.
She's gonna get in her tank top and shorts and step out to the garden, wherever that is.
Okay. I will take you to garden because it's not too hard to find.
Thank you. I am blind as bat.
You are in heel.
Yes.
Can you see the garden?
Yes,
Alright.
I can. Beautiful.
Damn you, door. Must fight you now. Good enough. But yeah, so you're in the garden and you see this, these large trees and this dark, tan-skinned elven woman, just sort of in a ring of mushrooms, just swinging a sword and doing push-ups.
Ring of mushrooms, you say?
She's gonna walk to the edge of the mushrooms and say, hello. Oh, I see a dog.
What?
Dogs distract me,
Dogs.
okay?
What dog?
Even dogs in role-playing games distract me.
What dog?
This thing that looks like a dog.
That's a gold dragonborn. That's a person.
Oh.
Now who's being racist?
It looks like a dog.
Sure, it's not a golden retriever.
Fucking wow.
It looks like a golden retriever.
God damn.
Let me zoom in as much as possible so I don't see the garden. Okay, now I see the fangs.
Wow, what a beautiful dog you
Scroll
have
back
there.
up to where I can see what the fuck I am.
God. The absolute disrespect. Wow, look at your beautiful golden retriever, stares at person.
She doesn't actually say that, okay?
I know.
She just says hello to the person.
Oh, I know. I'm giving you this much of a leeway to not have Bora be a complete piece of shit.
No. I am, though. I think that much was made obvious. already.
Yeah. So, this woman, you go up to the woman and she says, hello. I can't remember what Bora said, but yeah, she says, hello.
Just hello.
Are you a new guest?
Yes, I'm one of the new guests.
What can I call you?
My name is Bora.
Is she using a different accent?
No. That's just me trying to figure out.
Okay.
I'm scared. I'm scared to say the wrong thing now.
I'm scared to speak.
Yes, you have done the impossible. You have scared the shit out of me.
Congratulations, you've traumatized the halfling.
Good.
It's not that hard.
Alright, so... What does Bora say?
She just says, my name is Bora.
You might call... Sorry, you might call me as Rissa. You,
It's good to meet you.
have one of my sisters seen you about, the services we provide, or have you not gone that talk yet?
Near the end of our bath, someone stepped in and told us there were other services, but that's about it. Told me where I could find you.
Likely Morgana. Alright, then if that's the case. She just sort of looks you up and down. You got quite the physique on you. Anyone who trains?
Well, before that, I had a question.
Yes?
Your sister said that, you focus on, you know, health and all that. It struck a question in me. Do you know that there's a monk monastery near here?
No, I am unaware.
Okay. Just asking. But yes,
Where is
I
this
would be-
Where's this monastery?
let me find
It's pretty. It's about.
the name.
You don't know where in the Zabora Woods you are, but you know that from the Zabora Woods it's pretty much west of here. Oh, sorry, east.
Yeah, east. And she'd probably just say, "Oh, it's east. I don't know how far in the woods we are, so it's just beyond the mountains, I think."
All right. Well, she just sort of looks you over and says, "Someone with complexion so good seems like you have some blemishes that could be ironed out. But you look fine to me." She just sort of gives you a little wink. Now,
Just
our temple's
didn't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, our temple's a little special. We help those in whatever way we can bring out the beauty and the desires that they wish for themselves, the way they wish the world to see them. Is there anything about yourself you'd like to change?
She pauses, just gives a nod, kind of points to the scar on her eye.
If you'd
It's
like,
not the only thing.
If you'd like, we can remove all those scars off your body.
And how can you do that?
With Dorisha's grace. And a bit of magic. Unfortunately, nothing mundane would get rid of them completely. Or, I could do you one better. We can make you stronger, so those who've given you scars or whoever will attempt to give you scars will fall to your hand. We could change who you are completely. Even down to your race.
That's all you wanted. Why didn't you ask Enoch?
Yeah.
What is this? For the character editor?
Well, you see, I actually like the way I look. The only thing I don't like is that scar. But it carries with it memories, you know? Lessons I'll never forget.
Alright, well, we can get rid of all your scars if you'd like. Make your skin as pristine as the day you were born.
She'll stop and think. She's genuinely contemplating it before just saying, I think I'd rather keep all of them. Stories to tell, you know?
You know what? I think I have a deeper respect for you. So just that scar on your eyebrow?
Yes, but even then, I'm not sure if I want to get rid of it entirely.
Well, it's not as simple as making it just fade and look a little less. We can either remove it or you can keep it. Only time will heal that scar to the way that you'd like to keep it.
She's gonna just nod.
How about this? Because your request is simple, I can do the favor of removing that scar for you, and I can help you enhance or alter or change another aspect of yourself if you'd like. If you're willing to help me with something.
With what?
Well, that just means we're gonna leave immediately.
Yeah. It just says, yes, I will do this. 3 seconds later. Oh, look, a portal. So yeah, she looks to you, just with, well, she's just in this ring of mushrooms.
She's just gonna eye the mushrooms before looking at her and say, due to recent events, I am not comfortable stepping into the mushrooms.
Well,
So
fine then. She just steps out of the mushrooms.
she just,
I guess the mushrooms gave her the scar.
It was a trap. This time the mushroom was the safe area.
Yeah.
It was a sea bear circle.
Yeah.
So, what is it you would have me do?
She looks to you up and down. I'd like to know first, what kind of person are you? What do you do? You look like you have a air of someone who fights about them, but what do you do? Like, are you in the down and dirty of things, or would you rather keep your hands clean?
She shrugs. Depending on if it's for a good cause, I'm willing.
What I'm going to ask you might not sound like a good cause, but believe me, it is. And you see, like, her face and tone shift to that of a deathly serious. No. I need you to get rid of something for me. Discreetly.
Shit, we're breaking.
Sounds like she needs Enoch the smuggler.
Yeah.
What is it you need
Battery
me to get
Enoch the
rid of?
assassin.
One of my sisters has something that killed my child.
Oh, that was.
She raises an eyebrow.
I need you to discreetly kill it. If you do this, I will make sure that you get your little blemish removed free of charge, and we can alter you in any way you like. Not only physically, your appearance-wise, but we can also make you smarter, better looking, more charming.
Now that sounds like an insult.
More charming, wiser, healthier, anything you'd like. We can even take you back to the years of when you were but just reaching the beginning stages of adulthood.
It's not a great time for me.
It only affects your age. It doesn't take you back there in every capacity, but there are a plethora of services we can provide if you can do this for me.
She's gonna think for a second before saying, before I give you an answer, what is it exactly that happened that killed your child?
She just sort of like takes you off to a corner by the tree and says, my sister has a hound with her, Mastiff. It went feral one day and ate my newborn. I tried to get her to give it up to someone else. Because it caused me so much pain, but she would not. She would not do me that courtesy. And every time I look at it, I'm reminded by what it did. I want you to kill my sister's dog.
Plot twist, it's actually a Hydra.
Yeah. I want you to kill my
Have we
sister's...
solved that much problem?
I wanted to kill my sister's dog without her knowing about it, and that's difficult because they usually join at the hip, with her being blind, but I can get her separated from it long enough for you to do that. Do we have a deal? The woman extends a hand.
She's gonna contemplate for a second before just giving a gentle shake of her head. No, I'm sorry, but no.
I mean, we close it with a false Hydra saying I hide anybody.
No.
I
She just
understand.
says,
I understand your
I know.
reluctance.
It's not even reluctance, really. Just, I know it hurts, but you of all people doing what you do, you should know that when something hurts, you just have to face it. Why do you think I'm out here in the first place?
She just sort of smiles at you a little forced, but partially just a genuine smile, and says, I understand that. All I ask then is that you do not mention any of this to either of my sisters. Would you do me that kindness?
She nods. You have my word.
Is Bora being truthful?
Yeah, she's being genuinely honest.
Okay.
Hey, Blue Sis, your sister wants to kill your dog.
Yeah.
No.
Alright.